It's not a good feeling when someone who doesn't like you back not only doesn't feel the same way, but they also don't even want to be your friend. Quinlan, what are you doing here? What did you remember? Something about my great Nona's funeral. I remember you having some sort of conversation with my uncle and... Hold that thought, Ben. It looks like your uncle's about to start. That this scholarship being created in my late sister's name was the perfect fit. And you were the perfect person to create it. Am I right, Isidore? Mom? Max, are you okay? I'll be fine. Believe me, I'm just as surprised as you are. But you seem upset. What's wrong? You can tell me. What happened here should have never happened. Isidore, you're speechless. Come on, aren't you gonna share a few words about me? Still speechless, I see. Oh well, I'll just introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Harley Drake. Drake is my maiden name, but I went by Harley Russo in a previous lifetime. That was until the man standing up there, my ex-husband, dumped me as he and his family snatched my baby boy. Oh wait, I'm a lawyer, so I need to use the proper terminology so that I'm not being accused of hearsay or defamation. What I meant to say was that despite my skills and knowledge in a court of law, a judge still saw fit to grant the Russo family full custody. But I'm not bitter though. No, I am here because I forgive that man who I gave years of my life to love, cherish, and honor, even though it all counted for nothing because I was still served divorce papers and lost custody of my son. But I forgive him. Clearly, he's changed, right? He has suddenly lost his vile, selfish ways to become a selfless man, helping to educate the future nurses of Valley Park and honor his slain sister. Give that man a round of applause. I think everything that needed to be said tonight has been said. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. There are still plenty of food and drinks for you to enjoy. Thank you. Are you crazy? We're not married anymore, Isidore. Remember? Legally, you can't have me locked up in a sanitarium if I say yes. How dare you come in here embarrassing me and my family? Why are you here, Harley? I have a son who lives in this town. You might have met him, and you never once visited him in Valley Park. He visited me regularly and never once declined. Don't try to paint me as a deadbeat parent, Isidore. I've always been active in Alan's life, even from afar. I don't buy it, Harley. As you can see, I am not in the mood for your games. Now tell me what you are doing here, and I refuse to let you leave without giving me an honest explanation. Mom, Alan, just don't stand there. Give your mother a hug. Not a chance. I think we've seen enough. What? It looks like the party just got started. Did you call her? Nope. But if I knew that Harley Drake would come in like a tsunami, I would have called her number the second the runway was sabotaged. Don't forget that she slapped her son. If she could come at Isidore like that, imagine what she would do to you. Now let's go, Wanda. Harley Drake? I haven't seen that woman since like what? 2009? From what I just saw, she should have stayed gone. I wanted this event to be talked about, but now it will be spoken about because of her. She's definitely more beautiful than I remember. What? Dr. Burke? Guess I'm just invisible, huh, Ben? Is there something that you would like to tell me, Finnegan? Not really. I just don't want to feel disrespected or ignored. Carry on. I'll have some time to myself. Since my uncle's speech is over, or in other words, cut short, I would like to know more about your connection to my late great-grandparents. Harley? Really? She sure knows how to make an entrance. Don't play around with me, Gianni. I know that she was your surprise for your brother. Surprise? We can't take back what we did, Max. Try not to worry. Remember, we used protection. It's not like you're gonna get a disease or get me knocked up. If you and I have a child together, especially when our families aren't at the best place right now, then that baby would be born in a screwed up world. It doesn't matter how safe we were, Yvette. We still made a mistake. This was a mistake. Are you worried about Vanessa? Then don't worry. It wasn't like you two were together to begin with. That means you never betrayed her. I was taught to wait until my wedding day. Not only did I hook up with you when I liked someone else, but I did something that would make my family so disappointed in me. Alan, baby, it's me. Yeah, Mom, it is you. Which is why I can't wrap my mind around why you did what you just did. There is no good explanation, Alan. Harley is just a bitter woman who has nothing better to do than to cause trouble. It's good seeing you too, Lorenzo. Thanks for asking how I'm doing. As if we want to hear what you've been up to. Clearly, you've been up to nothing but trouble. This night was to honor Elvira, my pearl. Instead, you used your bent-up anger against my son to ruin what was supposed to be a special night. Shame on you. Clarice, please. I could have said much worse. Here you are thinking that you're the second coming of Mother Teresa, yet you fail to see your own flaws. Ever since Alan was born, you wanted me out of the way. The second I gave birth to my child, you literally ripped him out of my arms, and you've been trying to rip him out of my life ever since. Don't you talk to my mother like that. I'll talk to whoever, however I would like. You lost every right to control me when you threw me away like trash. Your mother wanted someone to replace your dead sister, and she used my son to do it. Don't you dare speak my daughter's name, you Jezebel. I'm glad that I'm reminded of where Isidore gets his need to control others from. Even though I did everything to please you all, it was still never enough. I guess you decided to keep Heidi around because you didn't need two lawyer daughter-in-laws living under one roof. Or maybe I was tired of you always playing victim. Have you ever thought of that, Harley? I did our son a service by dropping you. How so? From what I hear, the Russo estate is still divided. At least if we were still married. Seeing us argue would have been something that Alan was used to. If you just wanted to come here, visit our son, and keep your mouth shut, then I wouldn't have an issue. Instead, you come in here without a care in the world and dishonored my dead sister. Lorenzo, Clarice, if you two believe that this spawn you brought into the world wanted to honor Elvira, then you two are bigger fools than I thought. What did I tell you about speaking my daughter's name? Stop it! Your great-grandparents were members of the hospital board. Of course I would come to their funerals. Is that all? Not every medical staff was at either of my great-grandparents' funerals. You knew my great-grandparents personally. You must have. I did. How exactly? Look, Ben, can't we discuss this another time? There are people here who I really need to speak with regarding this scholarship. I know that you're a busy woman, Terry, and I'm a busy man. So no, we can't discuss this another time because time isn't something that we have. This isn't funny. That's right. I'm married to someone who lacks a sense of humor. This event became a complete catastrophe, and that's exactly what Isidore gets for stealing my idea. An idea that had your dead sister's name on it. What do you think is gonna happen when Isidore, or even worse, your parents, discover that you called Harley back to town after all these years to cause havoc? Why would I be the first to be accused? The Mitchells accused my family of sabotaging Wanda's runway. They should be suspect number one. Except, Why would Harley agree to help a woman who went viral for slapping Alan? I didn't think about that. And that's the issue, Gianni. You don't think these things through. Whenever you get angry, you think about getting revenge and don't ever consider the fallout. I have. Which is why my family will think that Harley used this as a perfect time to get back at Isidore. And you think that she'd want to remain loyal to her word? If she wants me to put a good word in for her where Alan's concerned. I sure won't say anything. Harley won't say anything. And as my loyal, loving wife, you won't say anything either. I swear, Gianni, if this comes back to bite us and it affects Max's goals in your family's company, it won't. It better not. I guess what happened here tonight is exactly why you didn't want me to show up. Heidi, you seem a bit shaken up. Want to talk about it? Be realistic, Max. Do you think your brother or even that cousin of yours are virgins? Think real hard before you answer that. Because if they're not, then it's not like you're the dirtiest member of your family. All my life, I worked hard to be the sort of son my parents could be proud of. Growing up, I saw how my older brother upset my parents and the rest of the family. I didn't want to put my family through any more pain. How can I look at them again after tonight? It's easy. When you're with your family, you don't mention anything about this night. Do you see what you're all doing? Just stressing out my son. Mom, you're not so innocent either. You and I need to talk. You have nothing to say to this woman, Alan. Listen to your grandfather. It's best if she leaves this place at once. I'm not some woman. I'm his mother, and it's about time that you all respect my title. Some mother. And you wonder why the judge granted me full custody all those years ago. Think all you want that we paid off some judge. Any smart judge would have realized that you're too reckless to be anyone's mother. I want to speak with my mom alone. Please. Fine. But Alan, she better be out of here right after you talk with her. I can't stomach the sight of her. How many times, Alan? How many times have I told you that your father and his family only see you as a means to an end? Mom, not tonight. How could you lie to me? I never once lied to you, baby. Oh, really? Like you weren't just on the phone with me as if you were still at Tampa. Okay. To be fair, Alan, I didn't tell you where I was since I wanted to surprise you. Clearly, you did. You surprised everyone. And Mom, it's not that I don't want you here or that I wouldn't have appreciated the surprise. My issue with you is that it feels like you haven't been listening to me. What do you mean? Do my dreams of working at Russo Jewelers mean nothing to you? What exactly do you want to know? At my great-grandmother Martina's funeral, I remember seeing you and my uncle arguing. What was that about? Ben, that was over 20 years ago. I'm well aware of that. You think I would remember what was said? Most of all, why do you even want to know? Because my earliest memories are filled with loss. First my great-grandparents and my aunt, who I found, might I remind you. Forgive me if I'm trying to make sense of my life as an adult. Besides, people don't usually argue when someone has just been buried in the ground. Again, it was a funeral. Your Uncle Isidore truly adored your great-grandmother. He was upset in general that day. That's your explanation? Isidore was upset just because? Quinlan, I had nothing to do with anything you just saw. My brother's ex-wife caught me by surprise, just like you did. How come you didn't tell me you would be here? Gianni, the two of us might be friendly, but you're not entitled to know my every move. I never said I was. Glad that we're on the same page. But Gianni, I truly do hope that you're being honest with me. It's one thing to keep secrets, but it's another to lie straight to my face if you had something to do with what went down tonight. It's not like I can forget what we did here tonight. I don't expect you to. What you can do is walk out of this house with a peace of mind. I won't tell anyone as long as you don't. I would like you to stay here a bit longer, Ben, but my parents are coming here pretty soon, so I'm gonna need you to leave. And you won't tell anyone? Promise. Why would I get in the way of your potential happiness with Vanessa Dorval? Ever since I saw her, I was always honest with her. I just hate that if some sort of miracle happens and she begins to like me back, that I would have to hide that I'm no longer a virgin. I know how much you would like to run the family company someday. Alan, you're intelligent, charismatic, and hardworking. Those traits don't come from your father either. But Dad has to be the one next in line to run Russo Jewelers. This event's success should have secured his spot and you ruined it, Mom. Did you not think about how this would affect me? I didn't think that it would. That's right. You didn't think. Mom, you know how much I love you, but your actions tonight made me so disappointed in you. Only if you made different choices, I wouldn't be so eager to see you go back to Tampa. All I can tell you, Ben, is that mourning tends to make people rational at times. And you can't even remember what Isidore was angry at you about? Honestly, I was just tuning out whatever he was saying. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm just trying to process everything that happened tonight. We are in a hotel after all. You can tell Gianni that you need a break from the family tonight, and I can tell Terry that I could use a break from her as well. What is wrong with you? The slightest thing makes you want to hop into bed with me? Yes, the sound of your voice and seeing you makes me feel a few things. Finnegan, I need to sleep. So do I. What's wrong? You can tell me. What happened here should have never happened. I should stay with her? Why make things more complicated when things seem to be going well for you already? Never give up on those you care about. At my great-grandmother Martina's funeral, I remember seeing you and my uncle arguing. What was that about? Ben, that was over 20 years ago. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. Enjoy the rest of your night. Keeve? JJ? Why do you look like that? There's something I have to tell you, and you're not gonna like it at all. Now you're worrying me. Did I do something to make you mad? No, you didn't do anything to make me mad, Keeve. But you can't come over to my house anytime soon. Hey, Zeke. Haven't seen you all day. And you're gonna see less of me, Yvette. Why is that? 'Cause we gotta stop seeing each other. Devante, once again you take time out of my busy day not to discuss business. Because I'd like to know why my daughter hasn't come home crying in my arms about how Zeke broke her heart. Why in the world would you want to see your daughter cry heartbroken tears? I don't. Most of all, I don't want my daughter staying with that thug. Alright, Terry, before you say anything else, I never expected Harley to show up at the event like she did. Your ex is the least of my worries, Isidore. We've got another issue. After how the event went down, I'm not in the mood for any more bad news. Tough luck. Your nephew's on to us. Which nephew? Ben. He remembers us arguing at your grandmother's funeral. I thought you told me you weren't mad at me. I'm not mad at you. This was my parents' decision. But what did I do? They told me that you did nothing wrong. It's not like I can't hang out with you, but I just can't have you over. That's all. How does that even make sense to you, JJ? It doesn't, but it's out of my hands. Did you even try to persuade your parents to change their minds? You didn't fight hard enough, JJ. You didn't fight for your friend. You never fight for your friends. That's where you're wrong, Zeke. You and I were never seeing each other. You know what I'm talking about. Sounds like you've got a guilty conscience. Look, I care about Nichelle. I care about her a lot. Lately, I realized that she deserves better than me. But you're not gonna let her go. Never. I can't do anything that will make me lose her. So you gotta let me go in the process. Understandable. I really do wish you and Nichelle the best. Just make sure that you're satisfied with her and that she doesn't catch you watching those videos. Is Zeke Franklin someone you've been hooking up with too? I love running into you. Save that smooth talk for later. There's something we gotta discuss first. It don't sound good. Zeke, running into Yvette Mitchell doesn't look good. What are you doing talking to a girl like that? If Zeke is a thug to you, Devontae, then what does that make me? You know what I meant, Adaku. If I knew, then I wouldn't be asking. Okay. You were born into the business you're in. You never had to come from the gutter and do whatever it takes to make a quick buck, to get nice things, or to just survive. Fair. Now, back to Zeke. Why would he still be with my daughter? Just so you know, he was informed about who he was really dating. Yet he still hasn't let Nichelle go. For all you know, he could be coming up with the best possible way to end his relationship with your daughter. Or he might be staying with my child to use her to see if he can rise in the ranks of your business. Benedict was 4 when my grandmother passed away. He's too young to remember something like that. Clearly, he was old enough to remember. To keep him from digging further, I had to tell him that you were angry because you were mourning. As if I had no good reason to be angry with you. Maybe if I didn't hear you speaking to my grandmother in her casket, apologizing for your part in her death, then we wouldn't be standing here worrying about what Benedict knows. Yes, it's the biggest mistake of my life, but I'm sure that you don't want Ben to figure out that you knew what I did, which means we have to take this seriously. We don't want him figuring it out like Elvira did. Come on, man. I did my best to persuade my parents, but they already made up their mind. I can't say that I'm surprised. People have always made it clear to me that I'm unwanted. He feels unwanted, JJ. You made him feel unwanted. It's your fault that he feels unwanted. I'm sorry. And there's nothing else you can do? No. Did Vanessa have something to do with this? She's the one who asked me to leave when I was last there. I don't know. I don't think so. What if I creeped her out? What if she doesn't want me anywhere near her and told her parents? What if that's why your parents don't want me at the house? Blame Vanessa. She's responsible. Blame her. Don't stress, Nichelle. Yvette's in the same French class that I'm in. It doesn't surprise me that someone like her takes French. Still, that doesn't explain why you would even give her the time of day. I forgot to do my homework and wanted to know if she did hers so that I could copy off of it. Maybe you should start doing your own homework. I doubt she does her own homework either. For all I know, she might have someone do her homework in exchange that she gives something up for them. Anyways, to give me a peace of mind, I don't want to see you anywhere near her. Relax. You think some freshman could ever pull me away from you? There ain't no way I'm gonna let anyone take you away from me. I thought that what happened between us was a one-time thing, Max. It is, but I also don't want to toss you away like you're trash. Do you think the two of us could be friends? Just friends? Just friends. I can do that. See you around, friend. Since when have you been friendly with Yvette Mitchell? I would like to think that the people who help supply my products wouldn't be as stupid as you think. And in your line of work, the smart people don't worry you? They're the ones I keep my eyes on the most, but they also understand that I expect loyalty and that I need them to know their place. Besides, if Zeke were to grow in the ranks, then your daughter would know that something's up. Has she been acting strange to you lately? Not that I've noticed. Then that means Zeke is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He was supposed to leave my daughter alone. May I remind you that your daughter might only grow suspicious if Zeke drops her out of the blue? Like we discussed previously, it's best that your child keep her nose out of my business where it doesn't belong. I don't want her knowing more than she needs to know, and I know you don't want her to know either. Let's not forget, Elvira also caught us arguing at the funeral and wouldn't let it go. I'm gonna assume that Ben was sitting next to her as she expressed how she felt. If Ben is anything like his late aunt, then I don't put it past him to dig deeper into this either. You had no right, Elvira. You had no right to listen in on my private conversations. What a bunch of bull, Essador. I have every right. When it concerns our late grandparents, I have every right. Little girl, you better lower your voice if you know what's good for you. Dr. Murphy should be in prison for what she did to Nona. What it ended up doing to Nona. Do you think I don't realize what she did? Can you possibly think that I would be okay with what she did and what she took from us? She took Nono's life without letting us say goodbye. And I'm making her pay. Yeah, so that it could benefit you. Because that's what you do, Essador. When you know that you can get something out of someone, you take advantage for as long as they're useful to you. Don't act all innocent. Out of all your reckless decisions in the past, giving both our parents and grandparents grief, you're in no place to judge me. But I have every right to seek justice for our grandparents. And I have every right to tell you to keep your big, stupid mouth shut. If you say anything, I swear on our grandparents' graves, I will make you wish you were dead. This conversation is over. Don't worry about Ben. Don't worry about your private investigator nephew discovering what I did. If Elvira could figure out what I did, then I know for sure that Ben would have no issue doing the same either. Why don't you feel the same way I feel about you, Vanessa? Why? Why do you care if I speak to Yvette Mitchell or not, Vanessa? Maybe because I don't expect guys like you to speak with girls like her. Guys like me? I thought you saw me as a spoiled, evil prick. Wouldn't it make sense for me to be friends with someone like Yvette? That's actually why I came to speak with you, Max. I'm really sorry for how I spoke to you last time. After a lot of thinking and praying, I know that you're not responsible for your uncle's actions. Most of all, I know that you never meant for everything to spiral the way things have between our families. I get it, Vanessa. You had every right to feel how you felt after what my family put yours through. Believe me, I'll do whatever I can to help your dad out. Max, if by some miracle you can help my dad get out of this mess, then I might just consider being your friend. Emphasis on might and friend. What do you suggest then, Adaku? Would you really like to know? Honestly, I suggest you get over it. Your daughter is dating Zeke and she has a mind of her own. If she ever gets bored of him, all she has to do is drop him. Zeke just has to keep the shell out of my business and she'll be fine where she is. Now, do not call me unless it's business related. Being a business associate who can grant you favors does not make me your friend. Good day. Since you won't do anything about Zeke, then I guess I'll have to get my own hands dirty. What proof does Ben have where he could follow some sort of trail, especially after all this time? I can't think of one, but that doesn't mean he can't find a trail. Except, you have all the evidence he needs, right? And you still haven't burned it, correct? Your sister's diary is still unharmed and unread. I didn't ask for the dramatics, Terry. Put it back. If I want physical proof, then I'd ask you for a picture. Now get that out of my sight. Since you won't do anything about Zeke, Then I guess I'll have to get my own hands dirty. Did Vanessa have something to do with this? She's the one who asked me to leave when I was last there. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know how I can repay you. You can repay me by placing this chip in CO Essidor's room and putting it somewhere he can't find it. Zeke. Mr. Torres? I'm glad you remember just who you're talking to. You and I need to have a little chat. Max? Yes, Mom? Is there something you want to tell me? No, but I think there's something you want to tell me. You've been pretty quiet since you got back home. I have. Not just today. But after the event, it's like you've been trying to avoid everyone in this house. Has something happened? Harley? Hello, Lorenzo. Can I speak with my son? You know his number. What makes you think that you have any right to show up at my house after the way you acted at Theodosius' palace? May I remind you that I lived here for some time, but I didn't come here to reminisce. I came here to apologize. What's up with you, JJ? What do you mean? Ever since we got home, you've been giving me the silent treatment. How come? Vanessa, did you have something to do with Mom and Dad not wanting Keeve to come to the house anymore? What? I didn't even know that Mom and Dad wouldn't let Keeve hang out here. Don't listen to her. She's not telling you the truth. She's lying. Sorry I didn't catch you at the scholarship event. I had to step out a bit early. Because you were afraid that Harley would do to you what she did to Alan? I'm not afraid of anyone, especially your uncle's ex-wife. Speaking of your uncle, I assume that you have an update? No new information, but we might get some soon since I have his bedroom bugged. What do you need to speak with me about? What do you think, Zeke? I want to understand why you haven't dropped Nichelle. And don't act like you don't know who I'm associated with. I won't act stupid, Mr. Torres. I know how you're connected to the boss. Then how come you're still dating my daughter? 'Cause I care about her. You're gonna have to come up with a better answer than that. Because if you really cared about Nichelle, then you would let her go and not place her in danger. I ain't putting Nichelle in danger. She don't know nothing about what I do. I promise you that she'll stay far away from this lifestyle. Your word doesn't mean a thing to me, Zeke. It's your actions that I'm interested in. Let me give you a fair offer. How much will it take for you to break up with my daughter? What are you doing here? Don't worry, Clarice. Our former daughter-in-law was just about to leave. Fat chance. I want to speak with my son. Like I said, as long as he still has your number, then he'll reach out to you. Otherwise, get out of my house. Mom? Alan. What are you doing here, Harley? I came here to apologize. Apologize? As if I'd waste my time listening to some sort of sorry excuse of an apology from your hateful mouth. Dad, I think we should hear Mom out. Not in this house. We all heard her out at the event she ruined. Dad, Alan might just have a point. Harley can't take back what she's done, but I'd like to see her beg on her hands and knees for forgiveness after ruining an event that was to honor Elvira. You've got 5 minutes, Harley. When I heard about the scholarship event at Theodosius' palace, I couldn't bear the very thought of Essidor being praised for anything positive after the way that he hurt me, which was 14 years ago. Instead of letting go of all that anger, you decided to ruin what was positive in the present. And I'm sorry, Clarice, but do you think that I could easily get over the fact that after spending over 5 years married to your son, he just dropped me and took my son away from me? You're acting like I cut contact between you and Alan, Last time I checked, the agreement was that I get full custody while you can receive visitation whenever you wanted. Instead, you left town and moved all the way to Tampa. As if you wouldn't have done the same thing if you were in my position. Mom, I enjoyed going to Tampa every month to see you. Don't you remember how much fun the two of us would have together? We had plenty of great adventures. And I'll always value the time we spent together. But Alan, you need to understand that I wanted to be your mother, not just the fun parent you would spend free time with. Time's up. That sounded more like an excuse rather than an apology. I'm not in the mood for your games, Vanessa. Now that's a first. I mean it. Do you expect me to believe that it's a coincidence that Mom and Dad don't want Keith here after you made him leave the last time he stopped by the house? Only because you were acting weird. Do you hear that, JJ? She thinks you're weird. Your own sister thinks you're weird. I'm not weird. Is that so? Have you not noticed how you've been acting lately? She thinks you're stupid. She thinks you're weird. You're pathetic. You're the one acting weird, Vanessa. Hey, I don't like what I'm hearing and it better stop. And you're sure that this bug is in a place that Isidore can't find it? Positive. What a relief. I'm so glad that it seems like your uncle and your cousin will pay for making my life miserable these past couple of months. Don't expect anything to happen overnight. My uncle barely spends any time in that room of his. Still, at least we've got an opportunity to see if he slips up. I'm not only doing this for you, but for Udell as well. I assume he told you that he hired me to help him with Jeremiah Dorval's case against Isidore? He did. Does that mean you told Udell about those AI video messages of Elvira? I ain't with Nichelle for your money. $10,000? $25,000? Mr. Torres. $45,000? $85,000? You'd make more than that sister of yours. I don't want your money. $300,000? Just stop. Zeke, I'm trying to be very kind to you. I would appreciate it if you watch your tone when speaking with me. I don't plan to sell drugs forever, Mr. Torres. I'd really like to keep Nichelle in my life for a long time. What sort of drug dealers are out here these days? I really hope that my daughter really isn't dating a complete moron. Don't you realize how you can't just simply walk out of the drug game? Wow. Can you imagine my surprise that when I married into this conservative Catholic family, that I ended up being seen as something that can be disposed of rather than a human being? Once again, I'm reminded how you still refuse to acknowledge my humanity by your refusal to be forgiving. Just a bunch of hypocrites, and it makes me sick to my stomach that my son was raised by you people. Mom, you said enough. No truer words, Alan. Harley, get out of this house now. Is your name on the deed, Clarice? Mine is. Now don't make me tell you again. Fine, I'll go. Just keep in mind you're all connected to me for life. There's no way you're gonna get rid of me that easily. I really wish that the Jezebel would go back to Tampa. Nona, she's still my mother. And if she stays in town any longer, then you might not have a mother anymore, Alan. Let's just all cool off. We can't let Harley ruin the rest of our day like she ruined the event. You and I need to chat, sister-in-law. Chat about what, Isidore? Chat about whether you knew that Harley would be back in town. Mom, Dad, I don't know what Vanessa told you about Keith, but she's lying. What are you talking about, JJ? Your sister had nothing to do with the decision your mother and I made. Don't listen to them. They're not telling you the truth. They're lying to you. All of them are lying. My parents wouldn't lie to me. Kisaudi? There's really no reason to tell Udell now. I haven't gotten a message from the bootleg robot version of Elvira ever since the runway. Would you tell him if you do get another AI video message? I would prefer that I don't get another one ever again. Besides, Udell would probably blame me for the catastrophe at the runway since I kept quiet about the video messages. What about the board? Have they been giving you a hard time? Thankfully, they're not questioning whether I took Elvira's life or not. At least, not that I know of. But they're putting a lot of pressure for me to figure out where these AI attacks are coming from. Unfortunately, they're sympathetic towards your cousin after I slapped him, so I can't point the finger at Isidore and Alan without any proof, or else the board will look at me like I'm crazy. I'll figure a way out. You will? I'm all ears, Zeke. How do you plan to make it out of the trap life? I don't got a plan right now, and I doubt you'll have one as you get deeper into this sort of business you got yourself into. Since you clearly have no plan to get out, I need you to leave my daughter alone. That ain't happening. You must have not heard me correctly. I heard you loud and clear, Mr. Torres. With all due respect, I don't take my orders from you. If you got a problem with me dating your daughter, then you tell your daughter to stop seeing me. That's the only way I'll let her go. If you ain't gonna tell Nichelle to end things with me, then I ain't gonna let her go. That was a huge mistake, Zeke. I really wish you didn't make me do what I'm about to do to you. Isidore, I had no idea that Harley would come back to town. No idea at all? None. You see, Heidi, I've been trying to place all of the pieces together, and I just don't see Harley coming back to Valley Park to make a scene upsetting Alan for nothing. So what? So, I have reason to believe that someone lured her here. You talk of Harley as if she's some sort of gremlin. I don't see the difference. The first option that made sense was the Mitchells calling her to cause trouble. Except, I don't see Harley agreeing to help the same woman who slapped Alan. That caused me to think about someone else. Someone I know would want to hurt me just to get revenge. Do you know who that would be? I'm sure you're gonna tell me. Gianni. Ever since I announced that Thierry and I would get everything together for this scholarship, he hadn't gotten over it. The only time it seemed like he let it go was when I started suing Jeremiah. But again, this is my brother, your husband. No matter what I do, he would never let anything go. Isidore, it's not wise to start throwing accusations, especially when you have no proof. You're right, which is why I wouldn't be throwing accusations about you and Finnegan Burke. On top of that, I've got all the proof I need. Vanessa had nothing to do with your decision about Kiev? Not at all. I'm sorry. It's fine, JJ. JJ, did Kiev put this idea in your head that Vanessa was responsible? It doesn't matter. Sorry we didn't give you a heads up about Kiev, Vanessa. It's fine. Kiev isn't my friend, and I'm not the one who hangs out with him. Besides, it's not like any of us expected for JJ to react the way he did. What if that was our mistake? Shelly, you know that we can't let any of our kids in on what Thierry Burke possibly did to me. Not that. I knew that JJ would be unhappy, but it's almost like he's become irrational. Probably because he's trying to make sense over something that we didn't fully explain. I'll see if I can speak with him again. What if he needs more than a talk? What do you mean? What if JJ needs counseling? I know. That's not what I think it is. Are you sure you don't know who I am? Positive. Remember me now? You're right. Which is why I wouldn't be throwing accusations about you and Finnegan Burke. On top of that, I've got all the proof I need. What if he needs more than a talk? What do you mean? What if JJ needs counseling? I know. That's not what I think it is. This conversation is over. It's not over until I say it is. On top of that, I don't see you denying anything. You say that you have proof that there is something going on between me and Finnegan Burke. Show it to me then. Gladly. This is you and him sharing more than a friendly kiss, and this is you both walking into a room together. Look at you, Heidi. I always knew you had a wild side. Just a bit too wild. Maybe you should have looked around to see if anyone was around before you decided to hop into bed with Finnegan. Devante? Nichelle? Elissa? They're not here. You again. Hey, Isabel. I would have thought that you would be happy to see me this time around. Get away from me. You still haven't gotten over the fact that you'll never get rid of me? Only if I knew how to get you out of my head. That's never gonna happen, Isabel. You're stuck with me forever. No matter how much you want me gone, I'm never leaving. In fact, I never left. Counseling. Maybe we should think long and hard about that before we put our son into some sort of counseling. This is the perfect time to think long and hard about that. I think JJ should be involved in this conversation. As his parents, we have every right to get him into counseling, whether he likes it or not. Hey, Wanda. Hey. From the tone of your voice, it sounds like something isn't right. Maybe you should tell me what's wrong, Udell. I can't if you can't tell me what's upsetting you. What's upsetting me is that I found a condom sticking out of our couch and I'd like to know where it came from. Essador, I will go to Finnegan and I will end the affair. If you didn't want to sleep with the police commissioner, then you wouldn't have hooked up with him in the first place. You're right, and I'm sorry. You shouldn't be apologizing to me. I'm not the one you married. Is that it? You want me to tell Gianni? Here's the deal, Heidi. Clearly you don't want Gianni to know that you've been sleeping with another man behind his back. What if I could let you keep having fun with Finnegan while my brother remains clueless? But there's a catch. Bingo. I need you to confess to my family that Gianni brought Harley back to town to ruin my event. What are you even talking about? Wow, Isabel. I'm surprised that you're still clueless when I gave you the hint with blood pouring out all over my body. You mean to tell me that didn't bring back any memories at all? Unless you turned your face away when it happened all those years ago. Turn my face for what? You're the one who's dreaming of me. Isabel, just be honest. Be honest with yourself and admit that you took my life. I agree with you, Shelly, but it will make it harder on everyone if we take JJ into counseling with him kicking and screaming. JJ hasn't been himself. We already had this conversation, Jeremiah. Yes, but we shouldn't just automatically decide on counseling. I don't see why not, especially when it seems like our son has only gotten worse. You think I know where it came from? Come on, Udell. Neither of us made love on that couch for a while. Before you say anything else, I want to know what you're implying. I'm not implying anything. All I want are answers. Let's make one thing clear. That condom is not mine. And it's not mine either. If it doesn't belong to you, and if it doesn't belong to me, then, no. Yvette? Udell, do you think that condom belongs to Yvette? Did our baby bring that condom into our house? I can't just betray Gianni like that. Why not? You already betrayed him by breaking your vows. And you don't think that Gianni will suspect that you've got something on me when I tell the family that he brought Harley to town? Like I said, I had no idea that he would do something like that. But I bet you knew that he would do something just to spite me. Am I right, Heidi? So I should just be punished for Gianni's actions? As if you couldn't give me a heads up. You made your bed. Specifically with Finnegan. You're gonna have to lie in it. Besides, Gianni won't realize that I'm blackmailing you if you make it believable that you've got a guilty conscience. That's right, you're blackmailing me, Essador, the district attorney, who is sleeping with the police commissioner. How is that gonna look to the Valley Park taxpayers? You might as well kiss your position as district attorney goodbye if this gets out. You wouldn't. You know I would. Now back to my request. Make it seem like you have a guilty conscience. It might take a lot of time since you don't seem to have a guilty conscience for cheating on my brother. I have never taken anyone's life. Oh really? Do you think that your religious parents would agree with that statement? Answer me this, Isabel. Do I look like him? Look like who? My father. I don't even know your name. What makes you think I would know who your father is? Fair, you don't know my name, but you know exactly who my father is. That's why you took my life. Why would I take someone's life because of who their father is? Because my father was none other than Isidore Rousseau. The two of us spoke with JJ about Keith together. It makes sense for him to be upset, especially since we didn't tell him everything. And now he's going off on Vanessa. This isn't the first time he's done so either, which is why I've been worried about him in the first place. How about we wait it out? Let's see how JJ is doing after this lawsuit with Isidore is over. Jeremiah, I can't wait that long. What if our son gets worse? Wanda, you need to stay calm. She's 14, Udell. 14 years old. Yvette is only a baby. What's she doing with a condom? We don't have all of the information. For all we know, there was a friend who came over and it might not even belong to Yvette. What if it does belong to her though? She shouldn't even be hooking up with boys at her age. She's too young to even be considering something like that. Before we call her down, the two of us need to remain calm. If we want her to be honest with us, then we need to keep it together. What would you even gain from telling Gianni about Finnegan and I? All it will do is tear the entire family apart. I would be doing my brother a favor by telling him that he's married to a woman who's been sleeping around behind his back. Besides, you should have considered how the family would have been affected before you decided to sleep with Finnegan, who's also married to Terry. So you would be affecting his family as well. I want you to tell my parents about Harley by tomorrow. Tomorrow? No need to play parrot Heidi. Tomorrow and not a day later. If you still want to keep your spot as wife, district attorney, and my parents' favorite daughter-in-law, you already know how they feel about Harley. At least she didn't cheat on me. Imagine how my family will treat you after finding out that you've been unfaithful to Gianni. Nice chatting with you. Got nothing to say? You don't want to explain to me how you had the one-night stand with Daddy-O while you were married to Devontae and was already a mother to the brother I never got to know? Do you not want to explain to me how you got rid of me to cover up the fact that you were unfaithful to your husband, not knowing or even caring about whether you would have a boy or a girl? You don't want to explain to me how my Aunt Elvira caught you and dear old dad together? Elvira, do you mind telling me why my brother just walked out of your house and you don't have any clothes on? It's not what it looks like. I think it's exactly what it looks like, Isabel. What are you thinking? You're married, you have a son. Isidore is with Harley. Please, don't say anything. Was it worth it, Isabel? Are you really happy knowing that you terminated the pregnancy without letting Isidore know about me? Are you at peace knowing that you had to sacrifice your child to save your marriage without even attempting to pass me off as Devontae's? Admit it, Isabel. You took my life, your own flesh and blood. Admit it! Like we discussed before, JJ isn't a small boy anymore. He's a teenager, and that's a time where his emotions are all over the place. Don't you remember how moody Vanessa was at his age? Our children are 2 years apart. Exactly. It's already enough work parenting one teenager, but we're parenting two. This is a new stage for us and a new stage for Vanessa and JJ. Try not to worry and jump into counseling, Shelly. With God's help, we'll figure it out. Who did you have over the house, Yvette? No one? Don't lie to me. Did you have someone over when your father and I were at Theodosius' palace? No. Yvette, it will only be best for you to be honest with us. Girl, you better listen to your father. Can you tell us why there is a used condom wrapper on the floor? It sure doesn't belong to your father and I. It's not mine. Maybe I'll take a look at the cameras and see if her story is adding up. Okay, I'll tell you. Who did you have over here, Yvette? Max Russo. Russo? What were you thinking, Yvette? Especially with what's going on between our families, little girl, and that's exactly what you are. You are 14. You shouldn't be hooking up with Max Russo. You shouldn't be hooking up with anyone. Is that what happened? No? Yvette Mitchell, you look me in the eye. The condom is open, Yvette. Not only are you bringing boys into this house, but you're lying about it. That's it. I want your phone, your computer, everything. You are in so much trouble. You're not going out anytime soon. No friends, no boys, none of that. Mom, I didn't even want to hook up with him. Wait, what do you mean by that, Yvette? Max, he made me. Made you? What do you mean he made you? Yvette, answer me. He forced me to do it. He forced himself on me. You say that you have proof that there is something going on between me and Finnegan Burke. Show it to me then. Gladly. This is you and him sharing more than a friendly kiss, and this is you both walking into a room together. Your sister's diary is still unharmed and unread. Nichelle, can you please just worry about yourself? No, I'm not gonna deal with another fainting spell from you. Made you? What do you mean he made you? Yvette, answer me. He forced me to do it. He forced himself on me. Heidi, what's going on? Trying to book another room with me? That is the last thing I want to do, Finnegan. Are you sure? I know how much you missed waking up in my arms. Stop it, Finnegan. This is serious. We're in serious trouble. How so? It's Isidore. He knows about us. Were you able to get some new information out of Dr. Burke? She didn't tell me much of anything at the scholarship event, which only means that she's trying to keep some information from me. I heard all of that. Little girl, you are something else. What? Once we catch you in the act, you want to cry wolf? Mom, it's the truth. It's convenient. There's no way, after doing my absolute best to protect you, that you will be hurt in such a brutal way. Not by Max Russo. Not by my best friend's family. Let's all take a breather. Yvette, if what you're saying is true, then I need you to tell us everything, from start to finish. How did Isidore even find out? He saw us, Finnegan. Isidore saw the two of us at Theodosius's palace. Since this is Isidore, he needed receipts and took pictures of us. Okay. Does he plan to expose us? Not as long as I do as he asks. Well, what does he want? He wants me to admit to the Russos that Gianni asked Harley to come back to Valley Park and crash the event. Why are you so stressed out, Heidi? Do as a man asks. What did Terry tell you, Ben? She told me how she only knew my great-grandparents because they were members of the hospital board, which is strange because she was just a doctor and not chief of staff back then. So I don't know how she was connected to them personally. Terry was still a doctor back then. If she knew your great-grandparents, then there's only one way she could know them. What do you think, Quinlan? The answer is right in front of you. Maybe Terry was their doctor. There you go, not minding your own business again. Don't you have a bathroom of your own in your room? Yes, but I wasn't in my room, and this bathroom was closer. Don't let me stop you. It's free to use now. Not before I know for sure that you're okay. I'm okay, Nichelle. I just heard you throw up. Yeah, and I'm about to lie down. You weren't laying down before. I also didn't hear you talk about having a stomach ache. Ulissa, Are you making yourself throw up? The condom is mine. I ordered it. Yvette, it's legal. You're 14. What business do you have buying condoms? Because Max Russo asked me to buy one. And why do you want to hook up with Max Russo? He's older than you. Do you like him or something? Wanda, we can't keep interrupting her. Our daughter just told us that this boy brutalized her. It's important to let her answer with a clear mind. Go on, Yvette. When Max came to the house, I changed my mind about hooking up with him. But that's the thing, Yvette. Why did you agree in the first place? Do you think it's that easy? Finnegan, I wouldn't be in this position if you didn't convince me to spend the night with you. Did you decline my offer? No. Which means that you're just as guilty as I am. Still, going against Gianni like Isidore wants will only make things worse. For us, for everyone. Gianni will never forgive me for what Isidore is asking me to do to him, but it will keep Isidore's mouth shut. Why are you so concerned about Gianni's feelings? If that's the case, then I don't understand why Terry just wouldn't say that. Maybe it's just because of that patient confidentiality stuff. It's not like I asked for my great-grandparents' medical history. There's no harm in sharing that she was their doctor, if that's the case. Unless what, Ben? Unless something went wrong when she took care of one of them. Where are you going with this? My great-grandfather Dante. I know I was really young when he was alive. All I can remember was how strong and energetic he was. All of a sudden, he just passed away. Have you lost your mind, Michelle? Why would you ever think that I would do something like that to myself? Maybe because I saw you faint. And did I end up fainting again? No, but I've been noticing a few other things. Ulissa, why are you always so quick to leave the dinner table when you finish your food? Why have I noticed you walking like a zombie? How come you look and feel skinnier than usual? Thank goodness you have no plans to enter the police academy because your detective skills are trash. I'm not trying to be some detective. I'm calling out what I see. What I see is someone, my little sister who I love so much, acting unusual. Everything I told you sounds like someone who's got some eating disorder. Max wanted to hook up with me because of what he heard about me at school. What's he been hearing? That I'm some sort of slut? The AI picture of mom all over the internet made people at school think that I was that sort of girl. And you didn't think to prove them wrong? I wanted to know how it felt to hook up with someone. You've got the rest of your life, Yvette. Wanda, let her finish. But I got nervous and changed my mind. Okay, you changed your mind when you told your mother and I that Max Russo forced himself on you. Did he just give up, or he got angry with me, Dad? When I told him that I wasn't trying to give him what he wanted, his face got all red. Max pinned me on the couch and he had his way with me. Mom, Dad, please tell me that you believe me. I'm more worried about what Gianni would do to me. Do you think that Gianni will harm you? If that's the case, then you have nothing to worry about. I'll protect you, Heidi. There's no need. Gianni would never lay a finger on me, but he will get furious when I tell his family what he did. On top of that, he'll wonder why I turned on him. Isidore wants me to act like I've got a guilty conscience about knowing that he asked Harley to come back to Valley Park. The thing is, I'm not sure if Gianni would buy that. You'll need to sell it well if you don't want Isidore to expose us. To me, that sounds like the worst option, rather than your husband getting angry at you. Your great-grandfather was an older man. It's not abnormal for him to have had a heart attack. Besides, it's not like Terry operated on the man and something went wrong. On top of that, your great-grandmother's passing is only connected to your great-grandfather's because she couldn't live without him. Guess I'll just have to find out whether Terry was their doctor at some point. If so, then I would like to know why she decided to keep that information to herself. I don't have a disorder, Nichelle. I'm glad you're not going into the medical field either. Just worry about yourself, okay? Too bad. I can't do that, especially since what you're doing is really dangerous. I'm not doing anything. And if you even think about telling mom and dad, I'll just deny it. So you do admit that you got a problem. No, I'm pointing out that you're claiming that I've got problems, which aren't really there. Now leave me alone. Lorenzo, what is going on? That's what I would like to find out. The police want to speak with Maximilian. For what? What could Maximilian have done that was so illegal? Break an animal out of the zoo? Okay, my son is here. Now can you tell us what's going on? Max Russo, we need you to come into the station to answer some questions. About what? The assault of Yvette Mitchell. What? Wait a minute. Do you not know who I am? How dare you come here and try to haul my son into questioning for something so brutal? District Attorney Russo, I know exactly who you are. Still, a complaint was made and we need to get to the bottom of this. Again, we need to question him, but if he refuses, then I have no choice but to arrest him. Mom, Dad, don't worry, son. We'll be right behind you. Don't say anything until I get a lawyer with you. I'm the district attorney. I will not stand here and have charges brought upon my son. Heidi, because you're a district attorney, it's best you keep out of this. Let me handle everything. Nothing will happen to our son. Everything I told you sounds like someone who's got some eating disorder. Why don't you feel the same way I feel about you, Vanessa? Why? Max pinned me on the couch and he had his way with me. Mom, Dad, please tell me that you believe me. Max Russo, we need you to come into the station to answer some questions. About what? The assault of Yvette Mitchell. What? Let me handle everything. Nothing will happen to our son. What's up, Nichelle? I don't even know. Is everything alright? No, Zeke. Everything seems to be falling apart. It's so hard to sit still right now. We won't be here all night, Wanda. We just have to be patient while Yvette is being examined. Patient? Patient, Udell? Why don't you just ask me to remain calm since our daughter is being examined after some boy brutalized her? Not just any boy, Elvira's own nephew, my best friend's own family, our baby. Okay, Max. Can you explain what happened the night that Yvette claimed that she forced herself on her? My son won't say anything until his lawyer arrives. Forgive them if they're late. He was hauled in here last minute. Why don't we just get a head start on things until your lawyer comes? So I could give you the chance to incriminate my son? Not happening. Does this got to do with what got you upset at the roller skating rink? Are you alone right now? I wanted to let you know that from now on, I'd like you to do your chores before going to JJ's house. I'm tired of cleaning up your dishes knowing that you're spending time with friends. You don't have to worry about that anymore, Mom. I'm not allowed back at JJ's house anymore. What did you do, Keith? Why do you automatically think I did something? Let me rephrase my question. What happened? I don't even know, Mom. JJ just told me that I'm not allowed at the house anymore. Just remember that Elvira would have never condoned anything like this. I never thought these words would ever leave my mouth, but I'm so glad that she's not alive to see any of this. I couldn't even imagine how something like this would affect our friendship. Don't feel ashamed, Wanda, because I feel the same way too. This is my worst nightmare. Even after all the warnings I gave Yvette, something like this still happened. You're not to blame. I promised Yvette the very second she was born that I would do whatever it took to protect her. Now look, I wasn't around when our baby needed us the most. Okay, Max, let's start this again. What happened the night Yvette claimed you forced yourself on her? I went over to the house. For what? Gianni, I need you to keep quiet and let Max speak. I'll be the one who interjects. Why did you go over the house, Max? Max, you don't have to answer that. Did you go over the Mitchell estate to hook up with Yvette? No, that is not why I went over there. Then how come Udell and Wanda Mitchell found an unwrapped condom on their living room floor? Max, you didn't sleep with this girl, did you? Gianni, please remember what I advised you not to do. Max, we already know you were there. Yvette's parents didn't notice the condom on the floor until after you stopped by. They have surveillance footage, and if no one else entered the house after you went over there, and if the condom was used, then it would make sense for you to have intercourse with this girl. Did you have intercourse with Yvette Mitchell? Yes. But it was consensual. I didn't go there to hook up with her, but we just connected and one thing led to another. She's the one who had a condom ready. It didn't belong to me. According to Yvette, you set the whole thing up. You wanted to hook up with her because there were rumors going around that she would hook up with anyone. When she refused, you got angry, pinned her on the couch, and forced yourself on her. Max, you're a junior, and she's a freshman. Do you think it's believable that she's the one who seduced you? I ain't alone no more, but I will be again when I go to my room. Don't worry about it, Zeke. I'll call you later. Bye. Wait, was that your girlfriend on the phone? Yeah, was. Can you tell me her name now? Can you leave it alone, Quinn? Oh, come on. What's the harm? Unless you're embarrassed or ashamed of her. That ain't it. Is she ashamed or embarrassed by you? No. I even met her parents. You already met her parents? But I still haven't even met her? Maybe because you're busy all the time. Then give me a chance to clear up my schedule so that I could finally meet this girl. It's just a name, Zeke. It's not like I'm gonna go to her house to ask her for an exclusive interview. Fine. Her name's Nichelle. Just Nichelle? Nichelle Torres. Keeve, people don't just keep someone out of their house for no reason. And the Dorvals gave me no reason. The weird thing is that I'm still allowed to hang out with JJ, but I just can't go over his house, which I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me either. But again, that family is going through a lot. Because the Russos are suing them? Exactly. Since they're going to court soon, they might not want you to be exposed to all of that. What do you think, Mom? Do you think Mr. Doval beat up Mr. Essador Russo? Alright, I can't blame you. Not being able to protect our daughter is something that I'll regret for the rest of my life. Don't you worry, Wanda. Max Russo will pay for what he did. Whatever it takes, I'll make sure to make him pay. Will he though? He's a Russo after all, a family full of influence, wealth, power. His mother is district attorney. And if Heidi wants to keep her job, she needs to keep her position and influence out of this. Don't forget, we got as much influence, wealth, and power as the Russos do. They won't end up on top. After all these years, I never imagined that Elvira's family would ever hurt my family like this. May I remind you that my client is a 16-year-old teenage boy? The slightest move has the ability to seduce him. Does that really make him a criminal? Answer me that, detective. You were a teenage boy before. I'm the one asking the questions here, Miss Drake. That's right. Do you have any more questions from our client? Other than questions that sound like speculation? From what it sounds like, this is a he said, she said situation. I'll let you go, but it's up to the district attorney's office to decide whether to charge you or not. There's no need to worry about that since no one who works for my wife would dare press charges against their boss's son. Let's go, Max. Nichelle Torres? As in daughter of Devontae Torres? As in the owner of Theodosius's Palace, the biggest business in Valley Park? Stop being extra, Quinn. You know that's exactly who she is. Does she know that you don't come from money or that you don't even come close to having what she was born with? She knows. Like I told you, Nichelle ain't embarrassed by me. Do you think she should be? Of course not, Zeke. I'm just surprised, that's all. But I'm happy for you. You're with a girl who sees you for who you are and doesn't care that you don't share the same social status as she does. That means you've truly got someone special. I wasn't there, so I can't say for certain, Keeve. Just be thankful that Isidore is suing Jeremiah Dorval instead of pressing charges against him. Are you okay, baby? I'm fine. I just want to go home. And that's exactly where we're going. Mom? Dad? Yes, Yvette? Thanks for believing me. We got you. Always have and always will. Don't ever forget that. I really appreciate you helping out Max tonight. I couldn't let my son's cousin get arrested over a lie. Speaking of Alan, I hope you hold up your end of the deal, Gianni. I'm so glad you're okay. How are you doing? I'm still a bit shaken up. Oh, Max, you'll be fine, okay? Thankfully, Harley was there to help you out. Most likely to try and make up for what she's done to us. I don't care if she saves this house from burning. She'll never be considered family again. No, she won't stop being my mother. Not now, Alan. Now is the time to get to the bottom of this. Why on earth would Yvette Mitchell accuse you of forcing yourself on her? Max, you don't have to say anything else to anyone tonight. Gianni? What are you hiding from us? Max never even touched that girl. Right? Right? Max, you were never alone with Yvette. Right? I was. What reason do you have to be alone with any Mitchell, Maximilian? Isidore, just back off. Heidi, tell your husband to behave himself. Everyone, please just shut up. Max, what really happened between you and Yvette? Just leave him be, Heidi. He's already been through enough. I want to know why Yvette Mitchell is accusing my son of brutalizing her. What were you even doing alone with that girl anyway? Mom, I didn't mean for it to happen. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. For what to happen? We were talking and I hooked up with her. Maximilian, this day just keeps getting worse and worse. Maximilian, why would you ever consider being alone with that girl, let alone sleeping with her? What were you thinking? No, that's the point. Maximilian wasn't thinking. And now she's accused you and has all the physical evidence. Don't blame the boy, Heidi. It's that family Yvette belongs to. Nothing but trouble. All of them. It's over now. The police let Max go and there's no way the DA's office will go after our own. Let's just give Max his space and we can discuss what happens in the morning. You had every right to feel how you felt after what my family put yours through. Believe me, I'll do whatever I can to help your dad out. Max, if by some miracle you can help my dad get out of this mess, then I might just consider being your friend. Emphasis on might and friend. Unfortunately, they're sympathetic towards your cousin after I slapped him, so I can't point the finger at Isidore and Alan without any proof, or else the board will look at me like I'm crazy. Thanks for believing me. We got you. Always have and always will. Don't ever forget that. And now she's accused you and has all the physical evidence. Let's just give Max his space and we can discuss what happens in the morning. After everything I've done for you, this is the thanks I get? My favorite sister-in-law. Look, Isidore, can we just forget about this whole Harley mess? The family is going through a lot as it is. You're right. I don't want to cause my parents much grief in a short amount of time, so you don't have to give them more bad news today. Thank you. Which is why I'm giving you until Thanksgiving, preferably after we finish our meal. Isidore, see you back home, Heidi. Did you speak with Zio Gianni today? Your Zio wants to be alone at the moment after everything that's going on with Maximilian. Clearly, the Mitchells still think that they can just continue to come after our family, but we have to attack much harder. What are we gonna do now, Dad? We're gonna kindly ask the Confidence Designs board members if we can have their chairs. Yvette? JJ? Are you okay? Get out, Ben. Wow. Just when I thought you were getting fond of me, just like you did back when I was small. Things change, and you know exactly why. Do you really think that my little brother could do what he's been accused of? Yes, because my daughter said so. And your daughter can't lie, Wanda? She's not lying about this. Not when we've got the police involved. That just means that she's incapable of lying to the police as well? Were you in the room when the attack supposedly happened? I wasn't, but neither were you. The evidence is all there. I'm the one who found an unwrapped condom in my house. I saw how scared my baby was, and your brother, who's older than my daughter, clearly took advantage of her. May I remind you that I was once an officer? You're the one who hired me to investigate. Don't you think I would be the one who would know the sort of evidence that's enough to convict someone? You should trust my judgment. I'm the one who pointed you at my uncle and my cousin's direction when you were being sabotaged, and Max even agreed to help you get evidence against them. Don't you realize how much he's helped you already? How are we gonna get the board members to turn their shares over to us? First, we just need to offer them a reasonable deal. What sort of deal? When this mess between Maximilian and Yvette is over, I plan to sue Wanda for the amount of shares needed for us to take over Confidence Designs. Are you telling me that you plan to use this impending lawsuit as leverage to the board members? You see that, Alan? Despite what your mother thinks of me, I did raise you right. But Dad, this plan sounds like it's going to take a long time. I can't wait that long. Vanessa, Max, how are you doing? Don't ever ask me that question again. Vanessa, wait. Please, please don't tell me that you buy Yvette's lies. From what I heard, I've got every reason to believe her. I never hurt her, Vanessa. You know, I was really beginning to fall for your act. What act? That despite how different our beliefs are, that you are actually a nice guy. I am. Except, nice guys don't force themselves on girls. I'm fine, JJ, but thanks for asking. I really appreciate it, especially since I don't deserve it when I didn't treat you well when you checked up on me before when that fake AI image of my mom was all over the internet. Well, you didn't deserve what Max Russo did to you. She deserved it. She's a whore. She asked for it. I'm just surprised that you came to school today. It wasn't like I could hide forever. Besides, I did nothing wrong. She deserved what she got. The whore deserved it. She's a whore. JJ, are you feeling okay? I haven't forgotten that you told me that Max would keep an ear out if he overheard Isidore and Alan scheming. Since then, I haven't heard any updates. Maybe because my uncle and cousin have been doing their dirty deeds discreetly. How else do you think I was able to bug Isidore's room? It was Max who helped place it in there. Maybe he did, but I don't care. Here's what I think, Ben. I think that Max felt like I owed him, and the only way to get something out of me was to go after my baby. He's not a predator, Wanda. My daughter says otherwise. Listen to me, and listen to me good. I can get that bug out of Isidore's room just as easily as I got it in there. I'm not one to be screwed with. If we want a company like Confidence Designs, then we need to play the long game, Alan. We can't just pressure the board to get Wanda to step down. Wanda is still the majority shareholder. Have you forgotten that? Since she's accusing Maximilian of brutalizing her daughter, Wanda's not going to lose grip on that company of hers. But it was our original plan. Alan, listen to what I'm telling you. Those plans have shifted after Maximilian decided to try his luck with Wanda's daughter and ended up getting burned. Only if he was burned by a disease and not legal troubles. Since Yvette is accusing Maximilian of forcing himself on her, Wanda is on a warpath. Which is why it's the perfect time to stress her out of her company. She would be too focused on her daughter to be focused on Confidence Designs. Why are you in such a rush to get this company? I never forced myself on Yvette. I would never force myself on any girl. You also told me that you took your Catholic beliefs seriously. I still wouldn't consider you a Christian, but I thought a conservative Catholic like you would want to keep yourself pure for marriage. Alright, I'll admit it. I hooked up with Yvette. Because you thought she was easy? No, it just happened. A choice was made, Max. Hooking up with someone doesn't just happen. According to Yvette, you did much more than hook up with her. Something much darker. It just makes me wonder. Wonder about what? If I were alone with you, and you tried forcing yourself on me, because I told you to leave me alone multiple times, Max, but you've shown to me that you're not someone who takes no for an answer. Vanessa. No, there's no way I would ever do something like that to you. And I'm supposed to take your word for it? You count on your religion to help you live holy instead of counting on Jesus Christ alone. How can I believe you, Max? Not when you claim you couldn't get over me easily, but you clearly did when you were alone with Yvette. You're wrong. I never once got over you. Just stop right there. I don't want you to even know whose face you were imagining when you defiled Yvette. Don't say anything, JJ. You'll be in trouble if you speak up. You'll be in big trouble. Just forget it, Yvette. I get that we're not friends like that. I get that we're not friends at all. But if something is bothering you, I'll listen. No judgment, but I'll hear you out if you have something you want to get off your chest. Do you ever feel like demons are chasing after you? No, JJ, don't. Don't do it. I feel like demons have been chasing after me for a long time. I feel them closer now after what Max did to me. I'm serious, Yvette. I'm talking about real demons. You're in trouble, JJ. You're in big trouble. Uh-oh. Sounds like you got that ruthless Russo trait still inside of you. Wanda, I'm not trying to be ruthless, but you're coming after my little brother, and you can't expect me to keep on helping you. You can do whatever you want, Ben. Just so you know, unlike your family, I'm honest when it comes to my business. I'll still pay you what you're owed. If you don't do the job I asked you to do, then I have every right not to pay you the final payment. Keep your filthy money. Just keep in mind that you're going after an innocent kid. Innocent? Ben, if Elvira were still alive today, she would be so disappointed in the man that she'd become. Screw you, Wanda. Screw you. Like I told you, Dad, this is the perfect opportunity to take Confidence Designs away from Wanda. But you're not taking the opportunity that's right in front of your face. I've been working in the business world before you even thought of Alan. Chill out. I know exactly what I'm doing. If you just give me the chance to explain why I was there in the first place, just save it. Time after time, you and your family have shown me your red flags. I've seen enough. At this point, Max, you need to ask God to have mercy on your soul for what you've done. I'm a born-again Christian. Demons shouldn't be bothering me like this. They shouldn't be trying to talk with me. I shouldn't have to hear them, but they keep talking to me, taunting me, and I can't get rid of their voices. I try to live how God wants me to live. I don't know what I've done for him to not hear my prayers. You're one of the nicest guys I know. You haven't done anything wrong, JJ. You did everything wrong. You're gonna pay. I'll make you pay. Zeke, you and I need to have a serious talk. Listen to me, and listen to me good. I can get that bug out of Isidor's room just as easily as I got it in there. I'm not one to be screwed with. At this point, Max, you need to ask God to have mercy on your soul for what you've done. There's no need to worry about that since no one who works for my wife would dare press charges against their boss's son. Zeke, you and I need to have a serious talk. Gianni? Hey, Quinlan. I thought we agreed that we don't call each other when we're at work. That was before my son was accused of being a sick predator. Benedict, thank you so much for coming. Where is he? In the living room. I was so surprised to see that he came back from school early. I hope he didn't call me here to try to convince Max to go back to school. No, but he refused to say anything to me, and I didn't want to bother Gianni or Heidi while they were working. Lorenzo would be furious. You were the best option. He needs to talk with someone. I'll speak with him, Nona. Max? Nona called you? She did. What's wrong? I'm being accused of being a violent predator, Ben. That's what's wrong. I'm really hoping that Max Russo hasn't gotten anywhere near Vanessa. Do you actually think that he would hurt her? Look at what he's being accused of, Shelley. It makes me relieved that I confronted him and demanded that he stay away from our daughter. I don't even want to begin to imagine what he would have done to her if he had the chance to be alone with her. That's only if he was guilty of forcing himself on Yvette Mitchell. What would we have to speak about, Zeke? You made it clear that what happened between us was over. I need to know if you're telling the truth. About what? You know what I'm talking about, Yvette. Is it true? Did Max really force himself on you? Is this something that we should really discuss, especially over the phone? I don't see why not. Quinlan, I just really need someone to talk to. My head is going crazy at work. I've never had such a hard time focusing before. Gianni, I really feel bad for what you're going through, but I don't think that I'm the right person that you should be speaking with. I'm well aware of that. What I meant was what happened at school for you to leave early. Did you just come home for that, or did you also want me to take out the bug out of Theo Esidor's room, since you don't feel comfortable for working for the Mitchells anymore? When Nona called me, I knew that it gave me the chance to take the bug out of Esidor's room. You don't have to worry about that, Max. Don't. Don't what? Don't do it, Ben. Don't take the bug out of Theo's room. Are you saying that you think Max is innocent? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know, Jeremiah. None of us were there except Max and Yvette. All I know is that those two had no business being in a room alone together, especially at their age. On top of that, Max is innocent until proven guilty, just like you need to prove to a court that you're innocent. I guess I shouldn't be too judgmental towards Max, but still, I can't say that I'm leaning towards him being innocent. Because he pursued Vanessa, because he pursued our daughter a bit too much. On top of that, the family he's a part of are sketchy and aren't known for their honesty. Max's father trashed this place, and the boy's uncle accused me of something I never did. Most of all, we wouldn't be going through so much stress if Max hadn't had his eyes on Vanessa in the first place. I told the police everything that Max did to me. That's the only time I ever had to explain anything to anyone. Excuse me, I gotta get to class. Class can wait. Your teachers will understand you skipping class if what you're saying is true. It is true. Then answer this question for me. What else could you possibly need to know? If the two of us were caught, would you have accused me of doing something to you? What's the issue? You're someone I usually vent to. The thing is that Max isn't my son. That's clear as day, Quinlan. But it's not like I can speak with his mother. She would just tell me to toughen up. Maybe she's right. I don't know why I'm stressing out since it's not like Max will be charged. Sure, his reputation is on the line, but at least my son won't end up in jail. Gianni, I don't think you should bet on Max escaping charges. How come? No one at the district attorney's office would dare charge the district attorney's son for such a heinous crime, unless one of the assistant district attorneys decide that the evidence points towards Yvette's side of things and risk their job or seek justice. Hold on, Quinlan. Before we go any further, do you think that my son is guilty of what he's being accused of? Max, I don't want to do business with the very same people who are making your life a living nightmare. So Mr. Dorval gets to suffer because of it? His court date is coming soon and he's innocent. One innocent person should get the all clear. You're innocent too, and shouldn't have to be punished for something you didn't do. I hooked up with Yvette, knowing the sort of girl she was, but you didn't force her to do anything she didn't want to do. The issue is that not everyone feels the same way. Is that why you came home early? People at the school are giving you a hard time? There are people who aren't giving me a hard time and believe my side of things, but there are people who look at me like I'm the scum of the earth. No matter who believes me or not, people are talking about me. That's not even the worst part, Ben. Vanessa doesn't even believe me. Jeremiah, we gotta keep in mind that Max is responsible for his own actions, and that he's not responsible for his family's actions. I'll try to watch what I say about that boy. It's just crazy to think that the court date is almost here. We'll soon find out if we get to keep this place or not. That gives us even more encouragement to pray. We gotta have faith that God is gonna get us through this. We have to stay hopeful and pray for the truth to prevail. I don't know why you're even worried. The two of us were never even caught. Are you saying you won't accuse me of something out of the blue for ending things between us? Zeke, one thing you should know about me is that I'm not that petty. Like I told you, I won't breathe a word about the time we spent together. And you weren't bitter with Max at all, Yvette? He actually forced you to hook up with him? I'm just gonna state the facts. The fact is that I wasn't there, Gianni. You didn't have to be. Come on, Quillen. Do you think that I didn't know how to raise my sons right? Sure, Ben had his issues, but he would never treat women like objects. Max has never given me trouble. He's always done well in school, got involved in sports, and treated everyone he came across with respect. Like I said, I'm not the one you should be speaking with about this. Bye. I didn't think that you were still into her. You must think I'm such a loser for still having feelings for Vanessa. You're not a loser, Max. But I don't want you to stress out over what she thinks about you. She's wrong, which hurts the most. Before today, the two of us actually got along. I knew she didn't want me back, but she was willing to be friends. Instead, I was stupid enough to hook up with Yvette. I don't even know what I was thinking. It wasn't like you were cheating on Vanessa. She's not your girlfriend. But I still went against what I was taught, what we were taught. I ended up paying the price. Max, I went against all the Catholic teachings. This isn't the sort of punishment that you deserve. It's just a case of bad luck. That's all. The thing is, I still can't get over Vanessa, even though being Catholic is what's keeping me from being with her. On top of that, the girl I like thinks I'm a monster, and I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know what I'm more eager about. Whether I'm eager for Isidor's lies to be seen as what they are, so that we could keep our business, or for all of this to just be over. I'll admit that I hooked up with a few guys, but none of them did what Max did to me. You won't hear about any more guys who hurt me, and you won't end up being part of that list, Zeke. I just hope that you believe my side of things. It would really encourage me to keep what we shared to myself. Despite how different our beliefs are, that you are actually a nice guy. I am. Except, nice guys don't force themselves on girls. Just like you need to prove to a court that you're innocent, or seek justice. Hold on, Quinlan. Before we go any further, do you think that my son is guilty of what he's being accused of? I just hope that you believe my side of things. It would really encourage me to keep what we shared to myself. Hey Vanessa. Ulissa. Hey. You doing okay? You seem a bit exhausted. Don't worry about me. I actually needed to speak with you. About what? About Max. Zeke? Hey in the show? How's my beautiful girl doing? Depends. How are you doing? I'm good. You sure? Yeah. But it sounds like you need to get something off your chest. You caught me. Just like I caught you. Caught me doing what? Caught you talking to Yvette Mitchell after I told you not to. Did you get any updates from Terry yet? Not yet. But that's what today is for. I'll just flat out ask her if she was my great-grandparents' doctor. If I don't feel like she's being truthful, I'll just have to look through my great-grandparents' medical records. Just had to be sure. I was wondering whether what your little brother was going through would throw you off guard. My brother shouldn't be going through what he's going through right now. The best thing is to keep doing my thing and make sure that he's okay. Ben, are you sure that your brother's innocent? I never thought that I would ever have to appear in court, other than jury duty. Don't worry about that. Just remember that you did nothing wrong. All you have to do is tell the truth. Tendez, madame ou. Bon Dieu va protéger ou Jeremiah. Ou besoin gain courage. Hey everyone. Mr. Mitchell, thank you for coming. I just want to say how sorry I am for everything your family is going through and to let you know that you're all in my prayers. Thank you, Mr. Dorval. But don't worry about me. Today is about making sure that the Russos don't claim another victim. Let's go in. Shut up. Shut up. Your father will lose. He will lose everything. You and your family will lose everything. What about Max? Did you hear about him and Yvette Mitchell? I think Olive Valley Park heard about that by now. I'm just disgusted about what he did to her. So you think he actually did it? Everything I've heard makes sense to me. Well, it doesn't make sense to me, Vanessa. I don't think Yvette is telling the truth. Nichelle, why did you wait a whole day to say something? Because I was waiting for you to tell me. Imagine my surprise when you kept it to yourself, almost like you knew I would be upset. 'Cause I knew that you would be upset. Then why did you get anywhere near Yvette when I told you not to? Like I told you, she's in my French class. When I heard what Max did to her, I wanted to see how she was doing. It ain't like I planned to meet with her. I just ran into her in the cafeteria and couldn't ignore her. I'll admit it, I do feel bad for what Max put her through. I always knew there was something dark about that boy. Thank you for seeing where I'm coming from. It doesn't make me any more happy, Zeke. I still don't like that you did what I asked you not to do. How could you ask me something like that? I'm sorry, Ben. Are you? It was just the wrong way to ask. All I know is that your brother had intercourse with Yvette Mitchell. It's your brother's word against hers. Where's your journalistic integrity, Quinlan? You don't even know my brother. You're right. But what I do know is that he went to the Mitchell house to get something. Let me give you the inside scoop on Max Russo then. Ben, please. When he was born, I was like 9. He was the happiest baby I've ever seen. Unlike me, Max was outgoing. He behaved. Never once have I ever seen that kid mistreat anyone. When I began drinking and using drugs, he was the only person in my family to always see if I was okay. My little brother wanted to take care of me, while my own family looked down on me and wanted to mold me into their perfect image. Max accepted me for who I was. He still does. Did you know that he agreed to help bug my uncle's bedroom? You didn't tell me that, because I didn't have to. Even after this whole mess with Yvette came out, he still wanted me to keep the bug in Isidor's room to help clear Jeremiah Dorval's name. Does that sound like someone who would force themselves on anyone, Quinlan? Thank you for giving me the chance to try and make things right with your family. Helping you and Max out has really helped Ellen and I to get along again. You offered me a discount, and I wasn't gonna pass on that, Harley. Just make sure that you help me win this case. Alright, Mr. Dorval. Can you explain to the court what happened on the day that Mr. Isidore Rousseau claims that you attacked him? That day, I went outside and I saw my father speaking with Mr. Russo. I asked my father to get back inside the house and I told Mr. Russo to leave. He then used the fact that he's the brother-in-law of the district attorney against me, trying to make me feel like I couldn't call the cops. Because he tried telling me that the cops wouldn't do anything, he said that the only way to get him out of my house was to put hands on him, which I didn't. What made Mr. Russo leave? I walked away, and I never once saw a single scratch on his face. But this wasn't your first interaction with Mr. Russo. No. When did you first meet him? He came to my place of business. Once again, he was not invited. Instead of asking me to help him with heating or air ventilation, he came by to try and convince me that he was trying to apologize for his brother Gianni's actions, but he only did so to try and get me to convince Devontae Torres to keep his scholarship event at Theodosius's palace. What did Gianni do to you, Mr. Dorval? Someone trashed my HVAC business, and I believe that Gianni was behind it. Objection. This is only speculation. Your Honor, there was never any report of a complaint against my client's brother. Sustained. No further questions. I have some questions for the defendant. Mr. Dorval, why do you believe that my client's brother had your business trashed? He was offended by me telling his son to stay away from my daughter. Did you call my client's brother and make a time to meet with him? No. Wouldn't that mean that you were uninvited at the Russo estate? Objection. Your Honor, this is hearsay. Your Honor, this is only a simple question. My client's character was questioned and I would like the court to understand the defendant's character. Overruled. Mr. Dorval, were you invited to the Russo estate? No. And no one was around when you and my client had this exchange outside of your house, correct? That's correct. Which only means that my client was the only witness and he was clearly battered. Did you want to batter my client, Mr. Dorval? Objection. Your Honor, she's badgering my client. Once again, Your Honor, I'm only trying to understand Mr. Dorval's headspace around the time of this alleged attack. Overruled. Mr. Dorval, did you get angry to the point where you wanted to hurt my client? Yes. This is all your fault. Your father is in court because of you. You're in big trouble and you need to disappear. Did you forget that Max constantly pursued me when I constantly told him that I wasn't interested? Did you forget that Yvette's the type of girl to sleep around? So what, Ulissa? That means she deserved what she got? Of course not, but that's only if she was telling the truth. She isn't. Yvette only claimed that Max forced himself on her because her parents found out what she was up to and threw Max under the bus when she was caught. And Max told you this? He didn't have to tell me anything. I knew the very second I heard about this. I'm surprised by your behavior in all of this. Surprised about what? You're supposed to be this good Christian, but you refuse to hear Max's side of things. Come on, Nichelle. It ain't like Yvette will try to jump at the chance to be with me after what Max did to her. You can't be too careful. People respond to trauma in extremely different ways. I'm sorry for making you upset. All I wanted to do was see if Yvette was okay. Can you forgive me? Alright. I can't stay mad at you for caring about someone, but not more than me, right? Zeke Franklin? The way you're describing him, he doesn't sound like a pervert. I'm not just describing him. That's the sort of guy Max is. Alright, just forget I asked. I will. And I better not hear you speak or even do a feature as if my little brother is guilty. Not if you want to keep working with me. Got it? Got it. I'm about to head to the hospital. When I leave, I suggest you get out of my office too. Okay, Mr. Russo. Can you explain your side of things? What Mr. Duval said was true. I did provoke him and I left. While I was driving, I noticed a car driving behind me. I noticed that it kept going my direction. Then I pulled over and got out of my car. That was the biggest mistake I ever made because the next thing I know, Jeremiah Duval rushed towards me and started beating on me like I was some sort of punching bag. And he just left you there? Without saying anything? It was like he was some sort of monster. I'm thankful to even be alive. What happened after? I quickly got into my car and sped off to the hospital. In your condition, you'd be surprised by what you can do in order to survive. Essador, do you think that people would consider you to be an honest man? I sure would hope so. Would Isabel Torres consider you to be an honest man? Objection! Your Honor, this has no relevance to the case. My client claims that he had nothing to do with Mr. Russo's beating. I am trying to see if Mr. Russo would be the sort of man to let an innocent man take the fall for what someone else did. Overruled. But I will rephrase the question. Mr. Russo, why did you and Isabel Torres part ways? We grew apart. Is that it? You two just happened to grow apart? It wasn't because of your dirty, dishonest ways of doing business or messing with the lives of others? Objection, Your Honor, he's badgering my client. Sustained. What about your brother Gianni? Would he have considered you to be an honest man? Aren't you two trying to battle each other in order to be the next in charge of your family's company? Objection, Your Honor, once again this serves as no relevance to the case. I'll rephrase my question. Mr. Russo, would you do anything to become the next CEO of your family's company? Remember, you're under oath. Yes, I would work hard, Mr. Russo. Is it fair to say that you have a fair share of enemies? I think you know the answer to that. Mr. Russo, I would appreciate it if you answer Mr. Mitchell's question. Yes, my family and I have had a fair share of enemies throughout the years. What about your ex-wife, who happens to be your attorney? You divorced her and took full custody of the son you shared with her. Don't you think that she considers you to be an enemy? Objection! I'll move on. What about Wanda Mitchell, who I happen to be married to? She's accused you of sabotaging her for months. There is physical proof of this accusation. Mr. Russo, you seem to have a line of enemies because of your actions. Objection! Your Honor, Mr. Mitchell is badgering my client once again. No further questions. Ulissa, when I heard about what Max did, it shook me. I understand how it felt like for him to not take no for an answer. It made me wonder what would have happened if I told him no if I was alone with him. Don't you understand how much that bothered me? There was a difference. When he kept on pursuing you, it annoyed you. You never once told me that you felt scared of him or that he ever made you feel uncomfortable. Most of all, he never once touched you. I never would have let him, but Yvette did. And she ended up paying the price. Just because Max never touched me didn't mean that he didn't want to. Who's asking? Zeke, do you mind if I check your bag? Yeah, I mind. You're on school grounds and I have every right to check your bag. For what? Zeke, just do it. Whatever she's looking for, she won't find. Nah, I ain't doing nothing without a lawyer. Then I'll have to check your bag after I take you to the station. Zeke Franklin, I'm arresting you for possession of illegal substances in a public building. You have the right to remain silent. Dr. Burke? Dr. Burke, it's Ben Russo. Are you in there? Terry? Guess I'll look for files before you have the chance to walk in here. Tia? What are you doing in my office? What are you doing with my late aunt's diary? Okay, Mr. Russo. Did you ever forbid Alan from visiting your ex-wife? In other words, me? No, I did not. Would you explain to the court why you decided to drop charges against Mr. Dorval? Even though he battered me, I just couldn't take a man away from his family. But you still decided to sue him. I was raised to take accountability. Even though I couldn't bring myself to see Mr. Dorval go to jail, I couldn't let him get away with what he's done. Run away, JJ. No one wants you here. No one will miss you. Run away. I ain't doing nothing without a lawyer. Then I'll have to check your bag after I take you to the station. Zeke Franklin, I'm arresting you for possession of illegal substances in a public building. You have the right to remain silent. Run away, JJ. No one wants you here. No one will miss you. Run away. Tia? What are you doing in my office? What are you doing with my late aunt's diary? Mom, I'm so sorry. Don't apologize, Max. You did nothing wrong. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all. It took you long enough. Mrs. Dorval, do you know your husband to be a violent man? No, I do not. You've never seen him lash out aggressively with you or anyone else in your family? Never. The day that Mr. Isidore Russo said that your husband beat him up, did you hear your husband raise his voice at all? I didn't. No further questions. Mrs. Dorval, I know that you told the court that you didn't hear your husband raise his voice at my client, but is it a possibility that he could have raised his voice at my client and you just didn't hear? I didn't hear it. But is it possible that you wouldn't hear it if he was? Who knows? Is that an answer, Mrs. Dorval? It's not a question I can say yes or no to. I'll accept a maybe. Mrs. Dorval, did you see your husband come back inside after my client left her house? I was speaking with my daughter, so I didn't even hear him come in. Funny. It sounds like you were hard of hearing that day. Objection. Your Honor, she's badgering the witness. Sustained. Tread lightly, Miss Drake. My apologies, Your Honor. Mrs. Dorval, your husband claimed that he ended the conversation with my client by walking back inside. Why do you think it took you a while to see your husband when he was inside? I can imagine that he was cooling off. You could imagine, huh? I guess that means you could also imagine that your husband was extremely angry that day. Angry enough to put his hands on someone? Ben, it's not what it looks like. What exactly does it look like, Dr. Burke? How does it look like having Elvira's diary in your possession? It's gonna be okay, Max. Is it? Of course it will. Clearly someone in the DA's office doesn't know what they're doing. I'll have it handled. Someone at the office isn't afraid of you, Mom. They had me arrested at school. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. My face is probably all over the internet. How am I even gonna have a future in the family company after this? If your grandfather decides that you're not worthy to run the company someday, then he's a bigger fool than I thought. I promise you, Max, once your name is cleared, this will all be a distant memory. What if Nono has no other choice but to make sure that Alan runs the company someday? What do you mean? What if I go to prison for this? Max, listen to me. You're not going to prison. There's no way a jury would be stupid enough to convict you. Is it true, Zeke? Did those drugs belong to you? Did you get me a lawyer? Did you honestly just ignore my question? Besides, don't you realize how expensive a lawyer is? Do you really expect me to pay all that money for a lawyer if you're guilty? Is that what you've been doing when you've been out all those times of the day? Selling drugs? It ain't none of your business where I spend time, Quinn. That don't mean I'm selling drugs. None of my business? I'm your guardian. You're my sister. Not my mom. No legal title will change that. No, I'm not your mom because our mother ended up in prison, which is why I've been doing my best to watch over you. Is that where you want to be? You want to end up just like her? Objection. This is speculation. I'll rephrase my question. The day that my client alleges your husband angrily battered him, is it fair to say that your husband was angry that day? He was angry, but he had every right to be. No further questions. Mr. Dorval, did your son seem aggressively angry when Mr. Russo showed up at the house? No. Did you also notice any bruising on your son's hands when Mr. Russo left? I did not see any. No further questions. Mr. Dorval, why did your son ask you to go back inside when Mr. Russo arrived? He had to speak with him alone. Are you sure that's it? Are you sure he didn't ask you to go back inside so that you wouldn't have to see him beating up my client because he knew that he couldn't contain his anger? Objection. Once again, Ms. Drake is making speculations. Okay, do you know if your son has boxing gloves? Yes. How come? He has a punching bag in the house. A punching bag? Sounds like someone who needs to let out a lot of frustration. He liked boxing ever since he was a little boy. Jeremiah always had boxing gloves. Do you think that he could have used those same sort of boxing gloves to attack my client? Objection. No further questions. Funny, you've gone silent again. There's only one reason why you would have Elvira's diary. There's a lot that Elvira knew about me, which I couldn't let anyone know. That's not the reason I was thinking of, Dr. Burke. I feel like you have this diary because you had something to do with my aunt's passing. I didn't do anything to Elvira. Then spill. Why do you have her diary? Make sure everyone enters the office on the dot. It baffles my mind that there is one idiot working under me. Come in, Mrs. Russo. Mr. Grant. This isn't the time I said that I would be meeting with the ADAs. I know, but I came to let you know that there's no reason to have a team meeting. Oh really? How come? Because I know exactly who pressed charges on your son. Do you? Please tell me. I'm dying to know what sort of uneducated assistant district attorney felt like they could build a case against my child. I am. I asked you if you got a lawyer. Clearly, I ain't trying to go to jail. Then why were drugs found in your bag? Don't you understand that you're stepping on dangerous ground here? Not only is your life in danger, but so is your future. CPS can take you away. How would you like living in foster care for the next couple of years? Would you even believe me if I tell you how they ended up in my bag? Just give it a shot. Look, I don't know how they got in there. Please don't try to tell me that they appeared out of the blue or just magically hopped into your bag. You know that ain't what happened. Clearly someone put them in there. Do you think that the jury will believe my side of things? I think we presented a good case. After the Thanksgiving holiday, we'll figure out what the jury decides to do. Don't worry, Jeremiah. The jury has to believe your side of things. Even if Isidore and his ex-wife try to make you look like a monster, anyone who is smart will know that they just wanted to make things up. I'll be in touch. You all enjoy the rest of your day. It's kind of hard to enjoy the rest of the day when I'm not 100% sure about what the jury will decide. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known unto God. Hey Vanessa, is everything okay? No, the buses are about to leave and I can't find JJ anywhere. Okay, I'll start from the beginning. Your great-grandfather Dante was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I don't remember anyone in my family mentioning anything like that, because he didn't want anyone in your family to know. Most of all, he didn't want the disease to take his life. Just because he didn't want it to end his life didn't mean that it wouldn't. Exactly. He knew that his life would be over anyway, but not by Alzheimer's. So I helped him. Helped him what? Dante set everything up where he hired to make a fake autopsy of his passing. Before he passed away, he gave the coroner hush money to not perform an autopsy on him, so I gave him medicine that would make his heart give out. You took my great-grandfather's life? He didn't want to become a shell of his former self, so the best way to do that was to break the law and help him take his own life instead, without letting his family say goodbye properly? Don't you understand how much his passing broke my great-grandmother? Yes, and that's how your uncle found out. Isidore? He knows? He overheard me apologizing to your great-grandmother when she was in her casket. Isidore heard everything. He was furious with me and I begged him not to say anything. So for over 20 years, he held that over my head. Instead, Elvira found out before she lost her life. From what Isidore told me, she overheard him speaking to me on the phone, and Isidore explained to me that he would make sure that Elvira would keep quiet. When she lost her life, we knew that the police would look at everything, including her diary. So, after Elvira lost her life, Isidore quickly went into Elvira's room to grab her diary and kept it in his room until he handed it to me during the wake to take home. After I married Finnegan and eventually became chief of staff, I kept it here so that no one would find out what I did all those years ago. You've got to believe me, Ben. I had nothing to do with your aunt's passing. It was you? Do you understand how you've messed up my son's life? Pressing charges against Max embarrassed him in front of the entire student body as he was hauled off in handcuffs. How could you do that to a child? A child who harmed another child. Those accusations are totally baseless. With all due respect, Mrs. Russo, this is why you're not on this case. You're too close to it. I don't have to be too close to a case to still have common sense. Yvette Mitchell's testimony lines up with the evidence which was found. Owen Grant, if you want to have a successful future in this town, then I strongly suggest you drop those charges against my son. I can't do that in good conscience, Mrs. Russo. I also would like to point out that your future is in jeopardy if you plan to fire me because of my decision. Who said anything about firing you? No, Owen. You'll become a laughingstock when my child is found innocent. I'm not trying to secure a conviction to help my career. The reason why I'm in this career is to make sure that justice is served. A young girl needs justice, and I will provide it for her no matter who I make enemies with. You want me to think that someone randomly picked you to take the fall for the drugs? Some people are sick. You're the reporter, you should know that. Look, Quinn, if you don't believe me, then that's on you. If I go down for this and you lose another family member, then that's on you too. What do you mean you can't find JJ anywhere? Kisa? He's nowhere to be found. I even got the principal to ask his teachers. He didn't show up to the rest of his classes. Put her on speaker. Try to calm down, Vanessa. Did they get people searching the school? Yeah, but they can't find him. They checked the bathroom and what, Vanessa? That's where they found his phone, but didn't see him at all. I still don't know what to think, but I'm reading this diary and keeping it. Have you read it? Isidore wouldn't allow me to. Please don't tell Finnegan. I'll keep it to myself as long as you don't tell Isidore about my discovery. Deal? That was a huge mistake, Zeke. I really wish you didn't make me do what I'm about to do to you. Why are you in such a rush to get this company? Please don't tell Finnegan. I'll keep it to myself as long as you don't tell Isidore about my discovery. The buses are about to leave and I can't find JJ anywhere. Lord, please watch over my baby. Though we don't know where he is, you do. Lord, please bring my baby back to us. In the name of your son, Jesus, amen. Where is he, Jeremiah? Where is he? I thought that you didn't need my services anymore. Well, things have changed. I'm gonna need you to make those AI videos of Elvira again. And who am I sending them to? Wanda. Since she's accusing my cousin of forcing himself on her daughter, you can make Elvira haunt her like that. As long as her daughter's issues and AI Elvira distracts her, then Wanda won't be so focused on confidence designs. I gotta go. Talk to you later. Dad? How much did you? I heard everything, Alan. But you're gonna explain the whole story in my room right now. Hey, Dad. Hey, Ulissa. Do you want to lie down? You seem a bit exhausted. I'm fine, Dad. Michelle's the one you should be worried about. She's still upset? That girl really cares about her drug-dealing boyfriend. Ben, I need your help. Quinlan, what's going on? My brother's in jail. I need you to help me bail him out and get your mother to drop the charges against him. We're gonna find him, Shelly. Devontae already has flyers in Theodosius' palace. We already spoke with the news. Kids at school are sharing his photo online. JJ is gonna come back to us. I still can't believe that he ran out of school like that. Why would he run away? We'll figure that out when he comes home. Did we do something? Did we say something? Did we not do enough? What if someone lured him away? We're not gonna be able to help our son if we keep having these thoughts. Right now, we just need to trust in God to bring JJ back home safe and sound. Mwempa Bonley. Could that be JJ? I sure do hope so, Vanessa. Hello. Mr. Mitchell. This is a personal visit, Jeremiah. You can call me Udell. Yvette told me that she has something to say about JJ. Dad, don't say another word out of that lying mouth of yours, Alan. I asked you if you had anything to do with those AI attacks, and you lied to my face. I'm sorry, just shut up, Alan. Don't speak unless spoken to. Do you understand the sort of situation you've placed me in? Have you forgotten that using Elvira's image as a weapon can make your no-no disown both of us if he ever finds out? And now I overhear you on the phone ready to do it again? Around the time I didn't think that I would have to do this again, but you changed your plan about how to get confidence designs. I felt like making another AI attack would speed up the process. Why are you in such a rush, Alan? Why do you personally want this company so bad? I want the truth this time. How are you holding up, Nichelle? I'm going crazy, Dad. I haven't heard from Zeke ever since he was taken out of school in handcuffs. Why would you even want to hear from him? He's a drug dealer, according to the police. Nichelle, you were there. You saw the police take the drugs out of his bag. I still want to hear his side of things. If he did sell drugs, then I want an explanation. This isn't a good time. Make it a good time. Meet me down here now. If you don't, then I'll come upstairs to meet you in the comfort of your own home. Slow down, Quinlan. What happened? My brother was arrested at school the other day for being in possession of drugs. Wait, my younger brother was arrested at school the other day as well. The same brother whose innocence you questioned. Ben, I know this is a huge favor to ask, especially with our previous discussion, but I really need your help. Your brother was caught red-handed with drugs. Do you honestly think he's innocent? I know he's not, but I need him out ASAP. Did you see JJ run out of school? Do you have any idea where he went? Shelly, let's give Yvette the chance to speak. I didn't see JJ run out, and I don't know where he ran off to, but he told me something the other day that might help. Every second counts, Yvette. Spill it out. Vanessa, the other day, JJ comforted me when he heard what Max did to me. When JJ comforted me, I noticed that something was off with him. He told me that demons were after him. What? He was saying things like demons were haunting him and that he prayed for the voices to go away. But God wouldn't answer his prayers. Let me get this straight. JJ was telling you that demons were speaking to him? That's what he made it sound like. Why didn't you tell me this before, Yvette? My brother plays around, but he doesn't play like this. Why didn't you say anything? I never thought that he would just run off like he did. Vanessa, what matters is that Yvette told us at all. Now we got a better idea of what we're dealing with. Sorry, Yvette. I didn't mean to snap at you like that, especially with what you're going through. You believe me? Of course I do. When Yvette told me what JJ told her, I knew that you would all want to know and encouraged her to tell you all. I really hope that JJ comes back home soon. Thank you, Udell. That really means a lot. Voices? Why didn't JJ tell us anything about voices? Especially voices from demons. I get that we believe that demons exist and all, but JJ got saved. He couldn't have honestly heard a demon speaking to him. Papi, sao ganyan? Poki sao pa pale? Parce que m'konnen kon sa. Mwen te tande li autre fois. Alright. This past spring, I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake. Worse than that stupid mistake you made with those AI attacks? I made an investment. At least I thought I did. What's that supposed to mean? I invested in crypto. Crypto? The same sort of crypto I specifically told you not to get involved with? Let me guess, you wanted to prove your old man wrong? I wanted to invest money into that and use that money to pour into Russo Jewelers to bring it into the future. That way Nono would see that I would do whatever it took to see this business succeed. I'm gonna assume that you lost your investments. When it came out that the CEO of the crypto company was being charged with fraud, I knew that I lost a lot of money. How much, Alan? Half of my inheritance. Half? Half? How could you be my son and have a lawyer give birth to you, yet be so stupid? That's why I tried getting my money back. I looked into what sort of business I could get shares to, and that's when I looked into Wanda's company. I saw that Confidence Designs was worth a bit more than my inheritance and wanted to get it before you or the family found out that I squandered half of my inheritance. Adaku, lovely to see you. I assume that we have business to discuss? Yes, we do. I heard that Zeke Franklin has been tipped off. I'm aware. It's really affected my daughter. My question for you is if you had anything to do with it. What? Of course not. Devante, it would be wise if you were to be honest with me. Because if you did tip Zeke off, then you made a big mistake by making me lose money. If you're lying to me, then that will be an even bigger mistake. When have I ever snitched on anyone in your business? In the past, none of my workers were romantically involved with your family. For your sake, Devante, I hope you're not trying to play me like a fool. My father never raised a fool. Let me get this straight. You know that your brother is guilty, yet you don't want him to pay the consequences? He got those drugs from somewhere, Ben. Believe me, I don't condone his behavior, but my priority is to protect him. I plan to find out where he got those drugs from and expose the source. Quinlan, don't you realize how dangerous that is? My brother's in even more danger if he doesn't get out of this lifestyle. If he doesn't want to get out on his own, then I'll have to force him out. Plus, this is really my fault. How? He made his choices. Still, I was supposed to look out for him after my mother was put in prison. You never told me that your mom was in prison. What did she do? She was involved in a hit and run with one of her many boyfriends. He's still alive, but my mom still had to pay the price. That's how I ended up being Zeke's legal guardian. Yet I couldn't keep him out of trouble. Please, Ben. I just need this one chance. Zeke is the only family I've got left, and I can't lose him. Ki sa ou ap di, papa? Le mwen te yon ti gason, tati mwen. My great aunt, li te di li ti tande, di men pale avek li. Yon jou, li disparet. Mpat jam we li anko. How come you're telling us this now? Shelly, please. Demons exist. I thought she was being serious. Maybe she was, but maybe they were never demons. Peut-être li te tande voyo nan tête li. Maybe those voices weren't real, like with JJ. This is too much. If JJ has been hearing voices, then how long has he heard them? Why wouldn't he say anything to us? Mom? Dad? Do you think that JJ is sick? Could he be out there somewhere with some sort of mental illness? Just starve, JJ. Don't go back home. Don't let anyone find you. They don't want to find you. Sucks for you, Alan. You are caught. Maybe you should have those conversations outside if you don't want someone to overhear you. I don't know what's worse. You giving away half of your inheritance to money that never even existed, or using your late aunt's image in such a disgusting way. Dad, I'm sorry. Save your stupid apologies. We gotta think of the next step. As long as we can get Confidence Designs in a decent amount of time, then your no-no might never have to know about your foolish crypto deals and your disgusting use of my sister's image. I'm not lying to you, Adaku. You better not be. I'm not. Zeke getting arrested is an example of what happens when you have amateurs work under you. Okay, but I'm serious, Devante. If I find out that you lied, especially in front of my face, it will be the biggest mistake that you've ever made. I know how it's like to try and protect a younger sibling. So you'll help? Yes. Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much. Is that what I think it is? Is that Elvira's diary? It is. Where did you find it? Terry's office. What? She had it this whole time? Have you read it? I'm still trying to process it. Those words, those are Elvira's words. Once I open it, there's no going back. All of the secrets that she uncovered are in there in her own words. Words I never heard for 20 years. You're scared. You don't have to be. I'm right here. I can read it with you. Dad, I'm sorry. Save your stupid apologies. We gotta think of the next step. As long as we can get confidence designs in a decent amount of time, then your no-no might never have to know about your foolish crypto deals and your disgusting use of my sister's image. Why would you even want to hear from him? He's a drug dealer. According to the police, you're scared. You don't have to be. I'm right here. I can read it with you. Just starve, JJ. Don't go back home. Don't let anyone find you. They don't want to find you. It's really hard to find much to be thankful for this year. It's been such a mess. With the AI attacks and with what happened to Yvette, I'm in no mood to celebrate. We do have something to be thankful for, Wanda. Our daughter will get through what she endured. There is someone who works in the district attorney's office who isn't afraid of Heidi Russo. But we still don't have evidence that Esdor and Alan were behind the AI attacks. Are you serious? What? He literally proved to you that he sold drugs and you still think of him like he's Nelson Mandela? I'm still willing to hear his side. He already showed you his side when a cop literally took drugs out of his school bag in shell. Besides, I don't think you'll be hearing from him in a while. There are some serious charges and he doesn't have the funds to get bailed out. Just enjoy the holiday. Maybe you should take your own advice, Ulissa. I don't want to see you passing on any meals, and I certainly don't want to see you rushing out after the meal is finished. Worry about yourself. How is today a holiday about family, but you two sound ready to rip each other's heads off? Anything? Sorry, Shelly. I looked at new places and didn't find any sign of him. A few months ago, we moved here hoping and praying for a brand new start. How did we end up like this, Jeremiah? Lawsuits and a missing child? Our family was supposed to enjoy Thanksgiving in our new home. Instead, we have no idea if JJ is even alive. I don't care if you're hungry. Starve. Just starve. Close your eyes now and open them in heaven. You won't starve there. Essador, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to spend Thanksgiving here. Alan wanted you here, and I felt like I should reward you for doing a good job in court the other day. It's just unfortunate that the court will postpone the verdict since their son is missing. As long as we hear the right verdict, it will be worth the wait. I don't like being summoned like a child. You're not being summoned like a child, Heidi. I just want a word with you. Besides, I would like my son to enjoy some time with his mother. Maybe her smarts will rub off on him. What is your father talking about? Mom, maybe we can talk about how I plan to celebrate my community college graduation. Are you ready to break the news? I thought you wanted me to wait until we finished dinner. I said it would be best. You can share the news anytime. If you share that my brother brought my ex-wife to embarrass me, then that would make the Thanksgiving dinner even better. Ben, shouldn't it be obvious to you that we don't want you over for Thanksgiving dinner? I came here to hand you something. Hand us what? The key to all your troubles going away. You have the recording? I listened to it this morning. From the sound of it, Alan was the one who started the AI attacks. Essador had nothing to do with it, but when he found out, he was willing to cover it up. You can find out why Alan went after you with this recording. Anything about Jeremiah Dorval? No. I got a good amount of information for you both, and once I hand this over to you, I no longer want to do any business with either of you. What's the catch? Because don't expect us to drop the charges against your brother in order to get this recording. Unfortunately, I don't expect you to do anything like that, but I do have a couple of requests. Get Essador to drop the lawsuit against Jeremiah Dorval. Second, I don't want you to mention Max's involvement when you confront Essador and Alan with this information. Deal. Now get out. Gladly. Wanda, you see how dishonest my cousin and my uncle were. Maybe you should learn that dishonesty won't get you anywhere. What was that about? I have no idea. It's nothing. It doesn't sound like nothing. The thing is that we're just struggling over the fact that Pacho isn't here to celebrate Thanksgiving with us. Again, we? If our older brother doesn't want to spend the holiday with his family, then he can enjoy himself. Nichelle, I know you don't mean that. Pacho called me earlier today. He sends his love. And he can keep it. Just don't let your brother ruin the holiday. The meal is about to be ready and we'll all enjoy it as a family. There's no reason for us to think that our son isn't alive, Shelly. You just gotta stay positive and you gotta stay strong for him. I haven't been able to sleep ever since JJ went missing. Every time I close my eyes, it's like I imagine the worst scenario that he could be in. That's it. All of that is in your head. It's just your imagination. I know that it doesn't bring comfort knowing that we don't know where he is, but we have to stay positive if we're gonna find him. Go to sleep, JJ. Go to sleep and never wake up. You're worthless. Your family thinks you're worthless. Your friends think you're worthless. Give up on life, JJ. Just give up. Mom? Dad? Where's Ben? He said that he'd be here this year. He'll be here. Your brother is just running late. We can't eat without him. I hope he's not doing this on purpose. I'm not trying to starve because of that boy. He'll be here. All of this hunger is making me agitated. So agitated, I think I might just say some things that I'll regret. Why can't we just start without Benedict? There's still plenty of food left for him. Alan, this day is about family. We don't start without him. Funny, Clarice. I don't remember you inviting me to any Thanksgiving dinners the past 14 years to spend it with my son. Don't push it, Harley. Maybe if we were all eating right now, we wouldn't be saying all of these things to each other. Fine. What are you going on about, Heidi? You, Gianni. That's what. I'm super confused. I'm sorry. I tried holding this in, but I can't. I can't hold it in anymore. Hold what in anymore? What's your wife going on about, Gianni? I don't have the faintest idea. Gianni brought Harley back to Valley Park to crash the scholarship event at Theodosius's palace. Heidi. Mom? Is this true, Gianni? Maybe we should get you to a hospital, Heidi. I don't need a hospital. This is the truth. You were angry that your brother was getting all of the attention and you brought Harley to ruin everything. I can't keep doing this with you. I can't keep sitting by, watching you make reckless decisions and keep quiet about it from the rest of the family. How could you do something like this, Gianni? How could you bring that parasite back into our lives to hurt your brother? Parasite? The event was to honor Elvira. How could you do that to your sister? Because it was my idea. Essador stole it from me. Alan overheard me speaking with Heidi at the Labor Day picnic and went to tell Essador. That's why I've been bitter. That's why I had Harley crash the event. Gianni, what are you doing? So it is true. Mom, how could you do this? To get closer to you. Alan, you need to leave. He's my son, and this is my house. Now hit the road. This is a family matter, and you are clearly no longer family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving then. whatever is left of it. Mom, Dad, I never stole that idea. I came up with it on my own with Dr. Burke's help. Isn't that right, Heidi? Gianni never said anything to me about a scholarship in Elvira's name. What do you think you're doing? Righting your wrongs. That's what, Gianni. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm gonna cool off for my parents' sake, but you and I will need to have a serious chat. I'm sorry, everyone. I just couldn't remain dishonest forever. If you only would have told us sooner, Heidi. I would have preferred if you told us this after the meal. Let me check up on Alan. Thank you for your honesty, Heidi. Ben, I really wish that you would have come here sooner, so that you could explain to me how you had an affair with Finnegan Burke and that Elvira knew before she passed away. Where's your mother? She left. Another Thanksgiving without her. I don't know why I thought it would be different this time around. I would say that I'm sorry for what you're feeling, but she came here looking for trouble. As for you, Alan, you put me in an impossible spot with your schemes. No one else knows but you and me, Dad. Wanda has no evidence that I was involved with anything that happened to her. You sure about that? Yulissa, are you okay? I'm okay, Mom. Sorry, I just skipped breakfast. That's it. I'm calling an ambulance. Dad, no, I'm okay. No, you're not. Yes, I am, Nichelle. No, you're not. Mom, Dad, I'm really sorry. What do you have to be sorry for? I'm sorry for keeping this from both of you. This isn't the first time that Yulissa fainted. She fainted before, about a month ago. A month? How could you keep this to yourself? How could you both keep something this serious from us? Because it's no big deal. Fainting twice is definitely a big deal. I'm definitely calling the ambulance. Dad, no. That's not all. What else have you both been hiding from us? I'm pretty sure that Yulissa has been making herself throw up. I heard her the other day. Vous mangez déjà? These past few days, it's been really hard to eat not knowing where JJ's been. But it's Thanksgiving. Poppy, we don't know where our son is. Forgive us for not feeling up to celebrating. M'konnen JJ pas là. Mais nous besoin raconter bon Dieu, merci. Li pas facile, papa. Bébé moi pas là. Bon Dieu là. Li bon ti garçon li mori non place nous. Nous ka di merci pour ça. Nous ka parler avec bon Dieu. Bon Dieu remen nous ak li remen JJ. Oui, li pas facile. But we can thank God that he cares about our troubles. Hello? What? Okay, we'll be there. Who was that? It was the police. They found JJ. Ben, where is this coming from? Elvira's own words. Come again? I found her diary. What? Where? It doesn't matter. What matters is that she caught you and Finnegan Burke together when she ran into his office to tell him something. Wow, Mom. You have nothing to say. That's a first. Having a bit of a flashback right now? Ben, I can explain. Please don't. I don't need that sort of image in my head. Have you been having an affair with Finnegan, my former boss, all this time? No. It ended when Elvira lost her life. Remember, he came into your office like a month ago. Forgive me if I doubt that you two just wanted to chat with the history you two share. What's worse is that it seems like when Elvira lost her life, you were relieved. Benedict, no, I did not feel that way. Please, Mom. I'm in no mood to listen to any more lies. You want the truth? Fine. A few months ago, we started spending time again. Believe me, I hated myself for doing it. I'm district attorney. I've been trying to be a loving wife. I wanted to provide Max with a stable home life. Just stop right there. You disgust me. You're disgusting. Even with what Max is going through with Yvette Mitchell, you still want to relive the past with Finnegan. For once, I actually feel sorry for Dad. Not too much, but I feel a bit sorry for him. Please don't tell your father. Under one condition. Name it. Quinlan Franklin's brother, Zeke? I recently bailed him out of jail for drug possession in school. Why would you do something like that for her? Don't ask questions. Just listen. I need you to drop the charges against him. He says that someone placed drugs in his bag. Believe what he says and drop the charges. That way, Dad and no one else will hear about you and Finnegan from my mouth. Can you do that? How dare you two show up after what you're putting my family through? Please, don't act all innocent, as if your family didn't make our lives miserable. I think you should leave. I think you should be quiet and listen to what we have to say. Today of all days, go home and spend Thanksgiving with your daughter. What you won't do is speak about my daughter, unless you want the entire world to know that your son sabotaged me this whole time in order to cover his own butt to keep the family from knowing that he lost half of his inheritance to crypto trading. What? Don't even try to deny it. We've got it all on recording. Recording? How on earth did you bug my room? That's for us to know. My wife and I have a couple of demands. We're not going to go through with this. You're a lawyer. Can't you lose your license for blackmail? Maybe. But my wife has nothing to lose if she leaks this real audio of you two speaking about what your son has been up to. Would you like to enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving holiday or spend it trying to do PR damage control? Fine. What do you want? We want you to drop the lawsuit against Jeremiah Dorval. Deal. That's not all. What else could you two possibly want? We want half of your shares to Russo Jewelers. That is not happening. Okay then. Enjoy your holiday weekend explaining to the world how stupid your son is. On top of that, enjoy telling your parents how he weaponized their late daughter's image. Dad, wait. How can I make you a shareholder, especially now? How can I explain to my family that you both have shares to my family's company when your daughter is going after my nephew? Wanda and I will remain silent. Your family doesn't have to know about this, just like they don't have to know about your son's foolish choices. Fine. Dad, no. You can't. You can't give them what belongs to us. You made sure that they gave us no choice. I'll drop the lawsuit against Jeremiah, and I'll make sure that the shares are signed over to you. I'll send the paperwork soon. Nice doing business with you both. Happy Thanksgiving. Alan, you might want to consider spending Thanksgiving with your mother. I've already lost my appetite, and I can't stomach the sight of you. That's not true. Mom, Dad, you've got to believe me. We just saw you collapse on the ground, Ulissa. Who do you think we will believe? Fine. Believe Nichelle. Believe your golden daughter. Believe the one who has all the looks and the perfect body. Ulissa. I've been trying to pick up the pieces, you know. Ever since Pacho left, I've been trying to keep us together. Ulissa, that is not your responsibility. You are still a child. It's not your responsibility to make sure that this family stays together. Everything seems to be falling apart. Pacho's gone, Dad barely speaks about him, Nichelle's life seemed to have gotten better since she wants to forget that he exists. He talks to you most of the time. I can feel everything falling apart. I can feel it. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. He was found by someone walking their dog in the woods. I don't know how we didn't spot him in the woods near the school. Sorry you missed him. What matters is that my son is safe and unharmed. Thank you, Finnegan. But you're not able to spend Thanksgiving with your family? I mean, my wife is working at the hospital today. Keith doesn't want to leave his room, especially after you wouldn't let him spend time at your house. He never told me why. JJ, it's Mom and Dad. JJ, can you hear me? Junior, I'm cold. It's okay. I got you. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I'm hungry. What's wrong with him, Jeremiah? What's wrong with our baby? Look at you. Still trying to make Thanksgiving special. Might as well since I've got you living with me now. Sorry I haven't been able to do that the past few years when you were with Mom. I know that I was the cook of the family. It's aight. It always gave me an excuse to try and get pizza. Quinn, thanks for helping me to get out of jail. Thanks for believing me. Of course. I'm always going to look out for you, Zeke. Don't forget that. Ben, what are you doing here? I couldn't stay at my family's estate for long. Some things popped off before I got there, and I apologized to Max for not staying. Did you confront your mother? I did. I confronted her about Finnegan and got her to drop the charges against Zeke. You're amazing. You're pretty amazing yourself. A Thanksgiving compliment? Benedict Russo, you're getting soft. You still don't get to call me Benedict. And a smile. Today is just full of surprises. Quinlan, I just wanted to thank you for being with me when I read through Elvira's diary the other day. It would have taken me longer if I read it by myself. Don't mention it. These past few months working with you, it's been great. Now that we've got this diary and know all the secrets Elvira held, I think we're even closer to discovering who took her away from you. Thanks for giving me the push I needed. For 20 years, I felt like Elvira's passing would always be a mystery. Yet, you came along and gave me the positive attitude I needed. Thank you, Quinlan. No problem.